ever see. Every single day is like this. Mid-70s most of the time, 81 today, low humidity, and almost every day sunshine, not a hint of rain. You're never going to top this one for just perfect baseball weather.
Nailed it on this homestand. Did the weather. Here comes Jack Flaherty. Taking the field. It's Kids Take the Field Day, one of my favorite traditions at Comerica Park.
And I love how every starting pitcher goes out, engages that whoever it is, the little boy or little girl on the mound, signs the ball for him. It's one of the cutest things ever. Tigers starting pitcher presented by Wallside Windows. Jack Flaherty, an ankle injury, but the minimum stay on the injured list. Yeah, so we know the numbers. But again, this has been a very different trend over his last 5 healthy starts. It was a 3-inning start when he went out with the ankle injury. Mostly, I mean, the walk rate was 7.
It was,
Andy.
It was large.
7 walks per 9 through his first 9 starts. He's brought that way down. He's been tougher to hit, and as you described, lots of swing and miss. This is what we're looking at. First pitch strikes. That's a big jump. It only looks 58 to 62. That's a big deal. Look at the swing and miss rate. He has been right up there the last 3 years as a Tiger, the best Tiger starter to get swing and miss, along with Tarek Skubal. And then that 2-strike on base percentage. That's where we saw a lot of his struggles, Andy.
Yeah.
He might win the race to 2 strikes early in the year, but then he would lose the at-bat.
Just leave something out over plate for him to hit. Here's the way Houston's going to line up today against him. They got a few more lefties in the lineup than they had yesterday, and a lot of that's lefties tend to hit Jack a little bit better. You see some of the OPSs here. Alvarez has still got a moonball number, even though the Tigers have handled him pretty well in this series. A lot of that damage is in the top half of that order. If you can navigate that well, you can beat this team.
Jeremy Pena has been the best bat in this lineup. Time for StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. Andy, how can the Tigers attack this guy to get him out?
Breaking balls. I mean, that's the pitch that Jack's going to use to try to get him out, especially with 2 strikes. And you see the location of where he's vulnerable. It's that location that's down and away, out of the strike zone once you get ahead of him.
11 for 27 against Tigers pitching. That's the numbers. Those are the numbers for Pena in the 2 series last week and this. No walks though, so speaks to the fact that they might be able to get him to chase down and away with that curveball. Tigers have done the best job against Yordan Alvarez in his career in terms of his production, way below his career norms. And they have done a great job in the 2 series in the last 2 weeks, but he is still the guy you circle in this lineup. Good to have Jack Flaherty back on the mound, making his 16th start of the year. First pitch of the game is a fastball just off the plate, and we are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the wrap-up of this homestand. Tigers trying to make it a 6-4 homestand and this 4-game series with the Astros. Knuckle curve misses. Alvarez, Paredes to follow. Lefties certainly you look to. Taylor Trammell has had surprising production so far this year, but it's the righties who hit righties too. The best hitters against righties: Christian Walker, Jeremy Pena. Those are 2 of the big bats to watch in this game today. Light breeze today, blowing left to right. Jack Flaherty, one of the many interesting things in his season, he has become much more of a fly ball pitcher. I think that's something also to watch today. This is a team that slugs, and Jack Flaherty's done a very good job limiting the extra base power. Just 8 home runs in his 66 innings. But a noticeable jump, the highest fly ball rate of his career. Almost half the balls put in play have been fly balls. Pena wetting the 2-2. High and deep and well fouled down the left field line. Not nearly home run distance, just a long foul and a 2-2.
Not the location you wanted that pitch in. That one hung up there, Dan. He wants that one to go down and away from the right-handed hitter, Pena.
6th pitch of the at-bat. Got him.
Like that. That's a great adjustment by Jack. Pena couldn't make him pay on the first one that hung, and then Flaherty comes back with a dart of a slider. But you see right out the gate, it looked like Pena was taken all the way here. This is a pretty decent curveball and then he's going to take 2-0. That tells me he was auto-taken until he got a strike. Perfectly placed fastball. This one, Pena couldn't make him pay by keeping it fair, but nice adjustment to go right back out there with a slider, trust it, get the ball out in front, and spin it.
At his best in 2024, Jack Flaherty got lefties out better than righties. As Andy mentioned, it's lefties who have the edge the last 2 years. What have the Tigers done so well against Jordan Alvarez, Andy?
Well, pound him in. They've been throwing him fastballs in, up and in like that right there. That one's a little bit off the plate, but they have not let him get comfortable in the box. You see the amount of fastballs that he has seen. A ton, and most of them have been located right under those hands in the up and in variety, in just off the plate, and then they go away.
Slider away, quickly 3-0. 4 for 20 in the 2 series. Sat yesterday, hitless in this series, but 4 for 20, no walks. They attack. 4-pitch walk here, the first walk he has drawn against the Tigers this year. And Tigers starting defense brought to you by Marygrove Awnings, McGonigal, McKinstry, Lee. That's a pretty good alignment right now. Third, short, second. Defensively, Cole Keith getting a rare start at first base. He is much improved defensively, obviously mostly at third this year. Green, Outman, and Vierling in the outfield. James Outman has done a nice job patrolling center field since the Tigers picked him up. First pitch, slider for a strike. That's Ryan Addington with the adamant. Called strike one. Isaac Paredes has been very good against the Tigers.
He's pretty much a pull hitter, and we've seen him in this series, though, especially yesterday. He got a big double down the right field line on pitches away, and even off the plate away, where he really doesn't even use his legs, just kind of uses his hands, guides it out to right field, and the Tigers just were so adamant about pitching him away. He started understanding that assignment, made the adjustment. So we'll see how the Tigers approach him.
So he's on top of the plate. He wants the ball in.
Yeah.
So that's why they've been pitching him away. But you have to go in once in a while.
Yep.
To set up whatever you're going to do away. Soft little tap foul. And we saw it yesterday. Will Best got ahead of him 0-2 with 2 power fastballs away. And then the third time it went away, like you said, those hands just are so good for Isaac Paredes. That was the big hit in the game. Line drive double to score 2.
Not trying to do damage, just guided it over there.
Comes in hitting .250 with modest power numbers. Not a true power hitter. He can bomb the ball when he pulls it. But you do notice with Isaac Paredes, low hard hit rates, and those two things don't usually go together. You don't usually hit a lot of home runs if you have a low hard hit rate, and that kind of been a staple in his career. Feel like he is still a pitchable hitter, but he's had great success in 2 series against the Tigers.
Not a guy with tremendous bat speed, which means he cheats to try to get to the fastball, and that's what makes him susceptible to the slider away.
Flaherty again not getting many ground ball outs. This ball in the air to center. James Outman will track it down. That's a good swing. So you think of the reasons that there's a really high batting average on balls in play, and that has led to Jack Flaherty's .530 ERA. It's part of it. As he's gotten better, the ERA has stayed stubbornly high. And sometimes it's like, well, what is that batting average on balls in play telling us a story? And I think in his case it is, Andy, at .340, a little over that batting average on balls in play. League's around .290. So some of that is bad luck. And if you become a fly ball pitcher in a year when the Tigers outfield defense is not grading out well, that kind of explains why his expected ERA or FIP, however you want to look at it, is a lot lower than his actual ERA.
Teams are definitely pulling the ball against him more too.
The strike one. Softly foul.
Which generally leads to a little more hard contact. The more they pull the ball, the more hard contact there's going to be. But it's all a fastball with Jack. If he can move his fastball around to get to his spin. You know, if you spin the ball too much in this league, you will hang some. And those hanging breaking balls tend to get hit pretty hard.
And it is amazing, Andy, how the games when his average fastball is above 93 are his best games.
Yeah.
And it's when it's below 93, those are the games where he struggles the most. It really does seem like a lot of it is about the velocity. Appeal to first. Did he go? Yes, he did. Check swing. Walker had 4 hits yesterday. Strikes out on the check swing. 2 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. 1 on the slider. Breaking ball gets Walker. And a walk does no harm. Bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless. Tigers trying to split this series with the Astros. The Tigers lineup today presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers for the 2nd straight day. A.J. Hinch has done something I don't think he'd done this year. He's stacked 5 lefties, top 6 spots. He knows they've got 3 lefties in the bullpen, and it's all in trying to get that starter out early, ambush the starter early. It worked against Tung yesterday. Tigers had a lot of good early at-bats. See if it works today. Lefties, righties, Hunter Brown really doesn't care.
He's got a good arsenal. That 4-seam really plays. That's a good pitch for him. You'll see the sinker coming out a decent amount today, as well as curveball is his big swing and miss pitch. He'll throw the changeup to the lefties. But for Hunter Brown, it's all about getting ahead. He's got a good enough fastball. He can pour it in there, get ahead in counts. And when he doesn't walk guys, he's a pretty tough hombre on the mound.
Strike throwing is a problem. He's never really been a premium strike thrower. But he can always bounce back with pitches like that. I mean, look at the movement on that pitch. My goodness.
And if you're trying to get the head out on 96-mile-an-hour heater, same shape, same look, 10-mile-an-hour slower.
And then you can freeze a guy who never gets frozen by a 2-strike fastball, Kevin McGonigal.
That's just it. You know, Kevin's looking fastball right here, and he throws this changeup, and then the very next one he says, okay, I got to see it a little bit longer so I'm not exposed. And just a little late getting his foot down, and Brown blows it right past him.
Colt Keith has led this Tigers offense against the Astros the last 2 weeks with 4 home runs. Of course, the 3-homer game in Houston. Takes a changeup for strike 1. Then he banged one off the foul pole early in this series. High fly ball to left. Trammell back over his head off the wall. And he dropped the ball, so Keith will cruise into second base with 1-out double here in the first.
That pop's really showing up in Colt Keith's bat. The opposite field variety. That's a fastball up, and Colt smashes that ball to left. The wind's blowing in slightly. It's a light breeze coming in from left field. I thought that had a chance to get up out of here. And after it bangs off the wall, Trammell thought he might have a play at second, but bobbles it.
If he fields it cleanly, they did probably have a play. Tigers had some good at-bats in the first inning. Brown's last start, the first start coming off the injured list. Strike 1 to Riley Green. Riley Green had a hit that looked like it might drive in a run, but Dylan Dingler was waved around third and thrown out by about 25 feet.
You'd imagine they're going to throw that 4-seam up a lot to Riley today, and that curveball and changeup down.
Riley fouls it out of play, falls behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Paredes Pena, that's a rock solid left side. We're just so impressed with Jeremy Pena at the plate, in the field. Myers covers a lot of ground in center field. He's really good. Trammell's got a solid arm in left field. They play deep, though, and they don't move a whole lot. They're playing Riley to go the opposite way slightly. Fastball got him. Let's take a look at StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. We look at the sinkers that Dylan Dingler has seen, because you are expecting, Andy, that he's going to see a few more of these today. 24 in 6 games.
That's how teams have been pitching them. And Hunter Brown's got a good sinker. He's going to probably try to run that in on the hands. And if he gets ahead, he can go breaking ball away later.
Diaz looks like he's setting up in. Sure enough, sinker for a strike. We have seen Dylan Dingler home runs this year. On pitches in off the plate where he pulls the hands in, gets the barrel to the ball somehow, and drives the ball over the left field wall.
See some home runs by pitch type for Dylan Dingler this season. You see the four seam leading the charge, the sweeper and slider cutter right behind it. He's done a pretty much job on every pitch. The sinker's the one that we've seen him hit doubles. We've seen him get hits on it, but it's limited his damage on that pitch type.
He's done a great job, Andy. This month, he's obviously had the big month hitting .350 with power, but also he understands, like in this situation, just need a base hit to take the lead. He's done an outstanding job in these types of situations to get a run home. 3-1.
You know he's going to be cranked up for a fastball here. I would not be shocked if Brown tries to throw him a sinker. So if he does, if he is on time, he wants to hit it on the ground and not pull it in the air for a homer.
Keith can take a pretty good sized lead off second base. Back in with the sinker. As Brown describes it, it's more of on a level plane with arm side run instead of the true sink.
A little more horizontal than vertical drop, but plenty of movement.
And what a pitch it is.
This is where they're trying to decide if they want to strike him out by throwing him a breaking ball away or come back with the sinker. Because if they do throw the sinker, that's not as good of a swing and miss pitch. And there's still a chance for him to put the ball in play.
3-2. In the air to right, deep and playable. Loper Fido on the track. Backpedals to make the catch. Tigers strand a runner in scoring position and were scoreless after one.
At the Home Depot.
Time for the Call Sam best call. We'll look at Jack Flaherty, some more good numbers, because it really has been a dramatic turnaround, Andy. I mean, he knew he's never been a great strike thrower, but he also knew he's not a 7 walk per 9 guy. And to see that turnaround, almost as many walks as strikeouts to 5-1.
Yeah, and the quality of starts have increased with that number as well. What's interesting is as he walked less, he actually got more swing and miss too, because now he had more advantage counts. He had more leverage position.
Jack Flaherty can get swing and miss. And this is going to be a very interesting decision. AJ talked about, obviously he's now the 6th starter in the Tigers rotation at this moment. AJ asked ahead of the start, but you're leaning toward a 6-man rotation at least for the week ahead. And he's like, that's not right now, not our inclination.
Well, you want Skubal as many times as possible. You want Mize as many times as possible, and you want just fill in the blank.
Yeah,
Farmer as many times as possible. And those guys do like to get on the same routines. Anytime you go to a 6-man rotation, it changes the way they would naturally approach each start.
And you got 2 off days coming up next Friday and the following Monday.
Lots of off days.
Yeah.
Right.
And so now Terry Skubal may be making a start on 8 days rest. No.
Yeah. I mean, the starting pitching has not been the issue for the Tigers recently. These guys have all been nails.
Good curveball, but Loper Fido doesn't bite. And you would think, I mean, because he's done it before, if they're not inclined to go to a 6-man rotation, that Caden Montero would be the likely choice. As odd as that seems, because he's been amazing. He's gone 6 or 7-4 of his last 5 starts and given up 3 runs in those starts.
He just got experience doing it.
But he's done it.
Right.
Went too far. Fastball got him. Loper Fido strikes out. Jack Flaherty has struck out 3 of the first 5, all swinging.
He's a little late on the fastball early in the count. He's trying to catch up. He sees it out of hand. Just a little of that cheating mindset will make that high pitch look real tasty out of the hand. Loper Fido couldn't hold up.
Yander Diaz was the DH yesterday, catching today. Started his career with a bang. This is a real threat at the plate. 20 home run power. Offense has really tailed off the last couple of years. 250 with modest power. Had a couple of hits in the game yesterday. He's 4 for 11 in the series. But this is still a quality hitter. I mean, he can certainly get back to those levels. Beauty of a curveball. AJ talks about it all the time, and he talked about it again today. You know, what's gotten better? It's just kind of what he talks about every single time that Jack Flaherty maybe is not pitching as well as we know he can. And that's, it's not just the execution, but the conviction with which he throws each pitch.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that we've really seen in the last 5 starts right before the injured list. More consistency inning to inning versus the wild swings in performance, and we would see wild swings within a game. He'd roll through the lineup maybe, or he'd roll through 6 batters, and then it'd be a walk, and then there'd be a hit, and all of a sudden he's in trouble and he can't limit the damage to 1 run. And he'd really turned that around those last 5 starts. 2-2. Softly foul. Stuff looks sharp so far, Andy.
Yeah, he's hitting the spots, getting ahead in counts, and getting fastballs by a few of these hitters. That's big for Flaherty. Saw him strike out Loper Fido with the high fastball. You cannot be afraid to throw your fastball in different counts. Even when hitters in advantage counts, sometimes you have to throw it. Keep them off balance, keep them thinking, and just spot one. Like that. Boom. That's confidence right there, Dan.
Yep.
That's that pitching with conviction like you talked about. In your mind, if you don't think you can do this, you're going to go spin away. But Jack right now is pitching with confidence and understands that his fastball's plenty good. It can get by anybody in any count. And he just hits an incredible spot with it. Throws it up and away. You ain't touching that.
At 95. I liked how he was walking off the mound. The pitch was halfway to home plate. High in the air down the left field line. Riley Green tracking it, sliding, and he made the catch. Great job. Foul territory shrinks to nothing. Riley Green lined it up, made a terrific sliding grab.
Covered a ton of ground to get over there. Busts out the slip and slide moves on a nice Sunday in Detroit.
Tigers tried to take the early lead against the Astros here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They got the right guy at the plate to do it. Kerry Carpenter's hit a home run in each of the last 2 games in his 2nd at-bat. Why not the first today?
I wouldn't mind it. He got a fastball and a 3-1 count yesterday. Or 2 days ago and destroyed it. Then yesterday he threw him a sweeper and then a curveball in the exact same spot for the grand slam.
Softly in the air, and that ball is going to drop. Myers did not get a good look at that ball. It took him a minute before he broke for it. A little pop fly single for Kerry Carpenter to start the 2nd.
You just expect anything hit off the bat of Kerry Carpenter to be over your head. And this time on a pitch away, a little sinker away, Kerry hits it on the end of the bat and gets rewarded with a knock.
And that's really what you have to do against Hunter Brown. It's just incredible how tough he is to hit, how he limits the extra base damage, shuts down righties and lefties. You're going to need a break.
Well, you see how he's using the sinker against the lefties. That sinker was a new revelation for him at one point in his career.
2024, so his 2nd year in the Houston rotation. He started the year with an 8.80 ERA through his first 7 starts. He had a start where he gave up 11 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Fly ball right field. This one's deep. This one's back. This one's gone. How about it? Zach McKinstry with his 3rd of the year, and the Tigers jump on top 2-0.
New managing the fastball is going to be important for the Tigers. A four-seam at the top rail. McKinstry's not messing around today. Gets right to the spot, drives it deep to right field to put the Tigers on the board. That's only the third hit off the four-seam since he's returned since the injury list in about 20 innings, Dan.
Wow.
It tells you that's not an easy pitch to get to. Zach McKinstry had a plan of attack. He went sinker first pitch, tried to get him on the top rail with a four-seam. As Chucky, world's greatest stage manager, would say, not today.
The Tigers' home run explosion, especially at the start of this month, has been led by, they saw a lot more pitchers who threw four-seam fastballs. Now, overall this year, they've not really hit four-seamers. But this month they have. And it's just a matter of maybe missed opportunities in May when they were struggling so mightily. And now in June, 43 home runs. And a lot of that have been attacking four-seam fastballs.
That's right. You know, there's a big difference between just missing one and getting it.
Softly to third. Soft hands. That's a good play by Isaac Paredes. Taking a look at Hunter Brown and the hits that he had allowed on the four-seam fastball.
Hits allowed 2 before that homer. Look at all the strikeouts. It tells you it's an elite pitch, and that's a well of a job by Zach McKinstry to come in, understand the assignment. He's going to bring some power to you, and to use that left hand to get it enough on top of that baseball to go ahead and hit it out and make solid contact.
James Outman takes a breaking ball up and away. We all know the story when Justin Verlander was traded to the Astros. They're like, hey, we're going to have you use your four-seam fastball up a little more. They believed in the high fastball, work the top of the strike zone, get swing and miss. Well, when Hunter Brown was drafted out of Wayne State, he basically scrapped his sinker. And again, breaking balls down, fastballs up. But after that 7-start stretch where he had an 8.80 ERA 2 years ago, he was moved to the bullpen. And it was an outing here in Detroit that perhaps turned his, well, he says it did, salvaged his career. Going into that game, he's in the bullpen. He's coming home before family and friends. He's asked hitters on his team, if you were scouting me, what would you say? What would you be looking for? And to a man, everybody he asked, Altuve and Bregman and Tucker, that's easy. I'd be looking hard and away. So he had decided after this rough start, being sent to the bullpen, all right, I'm breaking out the sinker again, my two-seam fastball that I had scrapped. Softly fouled on the first base line. He brought it out in his last start before his demotion to the bullpen, came to Detroit, and it seemed like everything came together for him. Coming home, he says, I'm motivated to pitch well in what might be my last major league appearance for a while. I think I might be getting sent down for my family and friends. The starter gets now knocked out in the second inning of a game. Softly to first, Walker takes care of Outman. So now he comes into a 7-0 game. His team is down, no pressure, and he's just trying to work on a sinker that he has just literally brought back into his repertoire. He goes 5 innings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, and finishes the year with a 2.40 ERA the rest of the way, and that's where his ERA has been ever since.
It's wild, isn't it? Just get back to a little comfort zone, and your back's against the wall. I'm going to go out and just pitch my tail off and do it the way I would want to do it.
Yeah, he just said, I've got nothing to lose here.
Nothing to lose.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to let it loose. And I remember that day because we're like,
who is this?
This guy's got a good arm. Why is he having an 8.80? But how about that? I mean, he's looking inward. He's asking pitchers, but it was the hitters who told him, yeah, it's going to be hard away. Base hit into center. Whoa. Delgado almost grabbed that ball. Matt Vierling. Good to see the solid base hit into center off the slider.
Matty B can handle a variety of pitches that are away from his body. He likes to take the ball the other way. That's a little slider. Catches the outside corner. Vierling hits it hard back through the middle. Almost a great play by Delgado. But the inning continues, and this is great for the Tigers. Right now, Brown's at 30 pitches. They've got a couple runs scored, and just to continue to put pressure on him in an inning that, after you hit a home run, it could be shut down. But you get a knock from your 9-hole.
Bierling takes off, and he is going to make it into second. You're going to run on especially Diaz, the catcher. We saw the other day. There's not a whole lot in that right arm.
And the accuracy of the throws up the line again here from Diaz. That's an easy throw down to second for Diaz, and he just loses it. Bierling gets a pretty good jump. I love the aggressiveness on the bases. More stolen bases for the Tigers. Bierling wasn't even going for the bag. He's just like, he's going to land on me. Get away from me.
McGonigal took a called third first time up. That's not going to happen again today. Probably be a couple weeks before we see that again.
He surprised him with a fastball in that 2-strike count. He's so used to getting changeups and breaking balls.
7 for 20 in the 2 series against the Astros the last 2 weeks. 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Curve misses high. Brown's coming off the start since the Tigers saw him again. He came off the injured list, made a really good start against the Tigers in Houston. 5 2/3, gave up just 1 run. As we said, never a premium strike thrower. Well, last time out, he lasted just 3 innings. He only gave up 1 run, but 85 pitches to get through 3. And Astros are like, no. We're not gonna. Coming off the injured list with a shoulder strain, we're not going to let you log more innings in just 3 innings. So he came out of that game early. He said, I just didn't have 1 pitch to go to that I had command of. So see if the Tigers now.
Well, his best pitches today have been the sinker and the changeup.
Good swing for Kevin McGonigal. Deep drive to left center. Zach McKinstry with a home run to put the Tigers on the board. 3rd of the year. 2-0 Tigers after 2. Detroit go.
Every Sunday at Comerica Park is Chevy Sunday Kids Day. Kids 14 and up can enjoy face painting, free rides, and the chance to run the bases after the game. Don't miss out. Learn more at tigers.com/tickets. You can even nibble on a foam finger, foam claw. Delicious.
Yeah, they started to flavor the ends of those, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a blueberry flavored claw now. Pretty cool invention. Eight, 9, 1 hitters against Jack Flaherty, and again, these are the areas where we've seen Jack improve. Team gets the lead for you, shutdown inning, puts up a 0. This is an attackable lower part of the lineup. That breaking ball hung a little bit and dropped just fair. Knuckle curve will be a leadoff double for Myers to start the 3rd inning.
Stayed on it just long enough, Myers did, to keep that ball fair. He hit it on the end of the bat, but that's one of those breaking balls. It's not a terrible location. It's down, but yeah, Myers' really swing stays on it for days. You see he gets some extension through it, and it didn't hook that much, meaning he did a pretty good job of staying inside of it to keep it fair.
Boy, I mean, you talk about using every inch of the length of your bat.
Might as well. It's 34 inches. Sometimes that last inch of the 34 is what you need.
Fouled on the bunt attempt from Reynel Delgado.
We've seen some pretty poor bunt attempts by the Astros in this series.
It's not how you would draw it up if you were teaching a guy how to bunt, correct?
No. That one went down at least. They had one yesterday, 1st and 2nd. They popped it right back up to Fromber. Helped him get out of an inning.
Delgado, his first shot at Major League play, Major League at bats. 26 years old. He can play all around, and he has on the infield. And I've been impressed with his defense. In the dirt. That ball gets blocked 99 times out of 100 by Dylan Digler. It'll get Myers over to 3rd. And a hitter's count for Delgado.
Since coming up to the big leagues, all of his hits have been to right field or to the right side of the infield. He's pulled everything for singles.
Does that here with the infield back outside of McGonigal at third. He'll get a run home for his team. Astros picked him up from Tampa AAA at Durham this year. 250, a little bit of extra base power. He's going to work in at bat. Not a ton of swing and miss, probably more than you'd like to see from a guy who's not a power hitter. See if Jack can pick up a big first out with a strikeout. Got him.
That's the way to do it. Go ahead and get to a 2-strike count. Run at third, less than 2 outs. Flaherty wants the strikeout, and he goes to his old faithful, the knuckle curve. Puts it in a perfect location for a guy that's trying to get the head out after being a little late on a heater on the last swing. It's a great pitch.
That thing is got some bite today. Now Pena struck out on the slider first time up in a 2-2 count. Keith at first today. He's even the base at first, so with the righty up, same thing. Infield back, except for the infielder at the corner on the offside. Well located. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This is the thing we talk about with Jack Flaherty's fastball. We're seeing a steady 94, 95 out of the gate, holding it here in the third inning versus some games you'll see 94, 95 out of the gate, then it'll drop down to 89, 88 to 90, and then he'll gear it back up. And that knuckle curve is playing nicely off the fastball.
It's a good pairing. When he's got his good fastball, even in advantage counts, he can get a foul ball out of it to get right back to the swing and miss pitch, the knuckle curve. See if he goes right back out there with some spin on this one. Wants a punch out. 96. He's feeling it right now.
Chevy's strongest player. The numbers against Jack Flaherty on the fastball, you can see it was being hit early on, and the 1 mile an hour may not sound like much, but it makes all the world of difference for him. Got him. Second time, perfectly executed slider. Andy, 6 strikeouts, first 10 batters, all swinging.
And this is just confidence right here for Jack. He goes to the fastball in the pitch before. Pena was late on it. He knows he's got to speed up to try to catch up to his heat, and then he can dump the slider down and away. Great pitching by Jack Flaherty to get back into that at bat. Struck out the last 2 guys. See if he can finish it off against a tough hitter.
Up and in against Alvarez. I like it though. He's going in on Alvarez. The Tigers have not shied away. I know he walked him on 4 pitches first time up, but this is why the Tigers have done a great job against Alvarez. Willing to go in, as you said, you have to go in. It's a short list of the best hitters, and these 3 have separated themselves from the pack in Major League Baseball the last 4 seasons. It's Judge, it's Ohtani, and it's this guy, Yordan Alvarez. Hits for average, hits for power. There are 3 hitters in the American League hitting above 300. This is one of them, and he's sitting on 25 home runs. 318 with 25 home runs. Just hits lefties, hits righties. And Jack Flaherty has not been real interested in throwing him a strike today. Again, this is the one guy you circle.
Right. And he knows his stuff plays good against, really good against righties. And you get the toughest lefty in the league, him and Ohtani. One of those 2 guys. You just really don't want to let one of those guys beat you.
Yeah.
It's like the guy you circle, you got 2 outs here. Now, if he can pull out a quality pitch here, get it back to 3-2, maybe try to get some swing and miss in that count.
Bounce the curveball, maybe. Fastball up, gets a pop-up. Nicely done, bouncing back from 3-0. Riley Green makes the catch. Another great job. What a job by Flaherty. Strands a runner at third.
Well, we welcome everybody back here to the ballpark. We are out here in right field, and a very special group of individuals that have come together for a meaningful reason. I'm with Amanda Brame from Fayette. This is her son Owen and daughter Olivia, who are here, and about 50 members of your family and extended family to honor the memory of your grandfather, Lawrence Towers, who passed away in January. He was a big Tigers fan, to my understanding. How did this all come together today?
Yeah, so we lost Grandpa in the beginning of the year. Lifelong Tigers fan. Him and my grandma were married 69 years, and they created a big, huge family of Tigers fans. Some of my cousins organized this today to get everybody together to come out and do something that my grandpa loved.
So more than 50 family members that are all here to get, and I see we have the lanyard here with Lawrence Stowers with his likeness on it, and Grandma's at home in Fayette watching.
She should be, so want to say hi to Grandma. We love you, and I bet she's very surprised to see us on TV right now.
Well, I can imagine, and I know it's got to be difficult. Family's important for so many reasons, but to have everybody here today, it's just a beautiful thing. It'd be their great-grandfather, your grandfather, your father.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you doing this, and we hope you guys have a great
day. Thank you.
Johnny,
right.
that is great stuff. Slicing foul down the left field line. Celebrating the memory of a loved one by going to the ballpark, which is where he used to love to go. And look at that. Look how many people. That's just terrific.
The legacies in Detroit and the fan base are like nowhere else. Multi-generational.
Live on through those who have departed, live on through those
the next
generation. And you talk
the
about
great,
them and
great
you celebrate
grandkids
them.
They'll be Tigers fans for life.
You share a laugh about what Grandpa used to do, and
that's right.
How much he loved baseball, and how much he loved his Tigers. That's a pretty neat way to honor a man who was obviously deeply loved by his family. Slicing drive will go foul. Lots of hard contact. We're 11 batters in, already 5 balls in. He had been hit, would be classified as a hard hit ball, 95 plus. Matt Vierling's at 104, but good solid contact. Cole Keats had 2 really good at bats against Hunter Brown.
They've done a really nice job against his fastball, both types. And if an elite pitcher is getting his fastball hit, he's going to have to run to pitches that he really doesn't want to. He'd prefer to just mow him down with heaters.
Shot to second. 97 got in just a little bit, it felt like, on Riley. And now a message from Figer Law.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
We are nearing the end of the month of June, and what a month it has been for this young man. He's been hitting with power all year, but this month, as we talked about, he's been hunting hits all month. 350. This is 91 at-bats, where Dylan Dingler has hit 350. He's putting up Alvarez numbers, only a little better. 350 with 8 home runs in those 91 at-bats, a home run every 11 at-bats with an RBI a game, 24 in 22 games. Foul just down the third base line. I mean, Andy, this is a next level of performance for a guy who had a breakout year. Step 1, learn how to hit.
Right.
Hit over 270, the league's hitting 240. Now I'm going to add the power element to it, and the fact that he has done that while hitting for average. It's this is a different level of performance. What's impressed you the most about what he has done, especially this month?
His ability to adjust to different pitch types. I mean, he smashed breaking balls early in the year. Everybody was like, we got to throw him breaking balls so he can hit a heater. Then he was OPS of slugging like 800 against breaking ball types. So they said, well, now we got to throw him fastballs. Then he adjusted back to the fastball, and now teams are a little bit baffled on exactly how to approach it. And he's put them in a position where now it's a lot of sinkers in. That was kind of the next evolution. They started doing that. He got hits on those pitches. Didn't hit him. You don't have to hit him for home runs. You just got to hit him enough to get him to something else. We saw he almost went deep on a 4-seam up last at bat.
Softly to third. Paredes will take care of Dylan Dingler. 0 for 2 today. Tigers hold the 2-0 lead after 3, trying to split this 4-game series with the Astros.
Need a new ride.
It's time for the Bet 365 odds update. Jack Flaherty, 8.5 strikeouts. You see the over, you see the under right there.
This is the best start to a start that we have seen from Jack Flaherty this year.
Well, you see that fastball, Dan. That's 95, 96 mile an hour. Able to throw it in advantage counts for the hitter and get the foul ball to get right back into counts. And then get him cheating on it. Uses his breaking pitches for the strikeout. A couple hitters going 3-0 to Alvarez. Coming back with a couple heaters, getting a pop-up.
That was impressive.
Yeah, it was.
Alvarez was not looking for that fastball on 3-1. I'm sure he was trying to sit on it, but it was late, a weak pop-up. And that's the thing that I think has really been impressive. Tiger's job against Alvarez. He hasn't hit many balls hard in his 21 at-bats. Jack Flaherty pitching with a ton of confidence. Ankle injury. He kept the arm moving the whole time, and that's why he was able to come off the injured list in the minimum stay, after the minimum stay. Ankle started feeling better pretty quickly. High in the air, softly to center field. Late break, but James Outman won't be able to get there.
Let's take a look at our Comerica Bank game summary so far. Last inning, Jack Flaherty gave up a little leadoff double. There was a wild pitch. Myers gets to third. There's nobody out. This is a tough spot here, but he settles in, gets ahead of the 9-hole, strikes him out, punches Pena out after a few breaking balls, and then the big guy, Yordan Alvarez, he had him in a 3-0 count, comes back, battles up, gets a pop out to get out of it.
Going to the heart of the order in the 4th inning. Look at that swing from Christian Walker. Slider, and that's just slowed his swing. A weak swing against a slider on strike 1. I mean, he's just keeping guys off balance. He struck out 6 of the first 12. Walker had been held in check until yesterday. 2 doubles, 2 singles. He hit the ball hard 4 times in the game yesterday. That's a miss, but that's a good miss. Just off the plate. Walker struck out first time up on a check swing, breaking ball down. Fastball by him.
It's just a challenge heater right there. That's the confidence we've seen out of this fastball today. Jack's not afraid to just let it rip. That's a center cut heater to a very good hitter. He had 4 hits yesterday, hit the fastball all over the place, got it by him.
Fastball velocity, best it's been all year. McGonigal lead. They won't be able to turn the double play. Just not hit hard enough. Simple force of Isaac Paredes at second.
After a just challenged fastball, he goes with a slider away, gets him out in front, hits it on the end of the bat. But like you said, Dan, just hit too softly.
Tigers infield defense getting better and better. It really started several weeks ago in Chicago, right before the calendar flipped to June. The work that goes into it, that young man right there, alternating between short and third, Andy, and he does it so seamlessly. Joey Cora really impressed with the work that he puts in. He was out early the other day, and Joey said, yeah, he asked me to come out early because he wanted to work on something at short, just that whole getting downhill, right? Being able to charge on the angle, left and right. And they were out there a while. But he said, I'm willing to throw anything at him because he's not like a typical rookie. So maybe some advanced concepts, Riley Green will not have room as that gets over the screen. Maybe some next level things that you might only give to a guy who's been in the major leagues for a couple of years. He's throwing anything he can at Kevin McGonigal. If Kevin asks, he's going to give it to him, and then they're going to work on it. And he said his aptitude is, well, it's just incredible.
He's an intelligent player.
Every aspect of his game at all times.
That's it. He's an intelligent player and is very talented. But the little things are what separates guys at this level.
Sure. Does he make a mistake every now and then? Yeah, but one thing you notice is doesn't ever make the same mistake twice.
Nope. Learns quickly.
And one thing he doesn't do, he doesn't almost ever make mental mistakes in the field. Always knows where he's going with the ball. Always knows how many outs. Fastball still firm in 95. Low Perfido, a guy that you want to attack. And with Houston to Toronto, back to Houston as a reserve outfielder for the last 3 years. We'll flip over to first to drive Walker back. Pretty sure he's not going anywhere.
He doesn't have a stolen base yet this year, Dan. He gets about 2 a year, though. That's what Christian Walker's good for.
Fastball just missed. And now a message from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Now during employee pricing for everyone, get $10,002 in savings on the 2026 F-150 XLT 4x4. See your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today.
Yainer Diaz, good double play candidate if you can get it hit on the ground. The thing is, Jack Flaherty doesn't get many ground balls. He's had 2 double plays turned behind him in 15 starts, plus 3 innings of this game. I'd just rather strike you out.
For sure. But Yainer has hit the ball on the ground more this year than he's hit it in the air. So maybe, just maybe, that will override the not getting as many ground balls from his pitches.
Hey, got 1 2 batters ago from a really good hitter, Christian Walker. A good time to get another. Potential tying run now on at first. That one's deep, hooking, and foul, and not quite home run distance. Ooh, that looked dangerous off the bat. It's just a long strike, 2.
Little tester on a hanging slider. That's how you keep getting ahead. There it is. It was high. It was fairly deep, but like you said, I don't think it was home run distance. If it stays fair, Riley Green probably hauls it in.
Diaz has hit 20 home runs twice in his career. Little pop fly. Easy play for Matt Beerling. I was watching.
It looked like trouble for a second.
Yeah, it did. I was watching Lee and I thought, oh no, he's not going to get there. And then Matt Beerling's like, no, I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
It was high enough. Plenty of time to settle under that one. See, he just kind of flails at it with his hands. And Beerling comes in and makes it a pretty easy grab. And this is another one of those spots. Dan, runner in scoring position. He's got 2 outs now. He got out of it last inning. Trammell had the big swing in game 1.
Has never had success at the major league level until this year in his limited at bats, and they're almost all against lefties or against righties for this lefty. Taylor Trammell is hitting for average with a little bit of extra base power. 94, 95, 96 on the fastball.
You see what they're trying to do to him. He's taking a big hack. He wants to change this game and take the lead. He did it 2 days ago against a cutter.
It's a pretty pitchable hitter right here. He's got the good hitter's count. Low walks, quite a bit of swing and miss. Not even 100 trips to the plate yet. Flaherty stranded a runner at third who got there with no outs last inning. Knuckle curve. Ooh.
How do you take that, Dan? Come on.
I mean,
there ain't no way. There ain't no way that should be taken. There's no way it shouldn't be called a strike. Something about that's a strike.
That was a strike.
I mean, the whole thing about it was a strike. He should have swung.
Challenge on the fastball.
The batter shots and pitch.
ABS challenge is powered by T-Mobile. And
Call's overturned.
So the last one was definitely a strike. That one got called a strike and then got overturned. Now on the challenge. You know, it's interesting. You know, there used to be these things called makeup calls that we had in baseball.
It was a real thing, right?
You can't do that anymore.
Right, but it was a real thing.
Yeah.
Right?
If you don't challenge and it was a strike or the one before, there's no makeup call because the other guy can challenge. Yeah, it was definitely a real thing. They call one about 3 or 4 balls off. You go, come on. My bad.
My bad.
Once in a while,
I got you.
Once in a while, they'll be like, yeah, missed that one. Missed that one. And then they give you, one later on in the game maybe, or in that at bat.
Jack Flaherty struck out 6 of the first 10 batters. Now this inning, the pitch count starting to climb. Average pitch count would be in the mid-60s through 4, and he's already in the mid-70s.
Myers hit the double on the breaking ball, this big curve ball. He hit a double down the left field line his last at bat. That's why he's going to go heater, but you got to get ahead here, Dan. You don't want to fall behind too far in this at bat.
240 career hitter who had a nice year last year, but comes into this game barely hitting 200. They're staying away from him. 2 for 11 in the 2 series coming into this game. It's a little bit of extra base power, occasional home run power, but not much in the home run department for Jake Myers. He's on this team for his superb defense in center. Flaherty steals strike 2. Trying to work out of a jam. Last inning, man on third, nobody out. That runner stranded at third. This inning, bases loaded. 2 outs. This crowd, big crowd on a Sunday afternoon at Comerica Park, urging Jack Flaherty to get this final out in strand 3. Tigers holding out of the 2-0 lead. The 1-2. Got him! Beautiful slider down and away. 7th strikeout, and Flaherty strands 3.
Lock the offer.
If the Tigers score 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free, I repeat, free small order of curly fries.
Carpenter, McKinstry, and Lee. Kerry Carpenter, little bloop in the second inning. There's been hard contact. That wasn't one of the hard contact today. Shot up the middle. Wow. Almost hit Brown. Didn't deflect off him, did it? I think he just avoided it. Kerry Carpenter, 2 for 2. Solid line drive single.
Seen the boys smacking that fastball all around the diamond today. That's a 4-seam up and away, and Kerry does a good job just getting on top of that pitch type and hitting it hard right back through the box.
It did deflect off.
Yeah.
I thought it either went right through him, which is possible, I guess, or it deflected off.
I don't think it's possible for a baseball to go through a person. Maybe Invisiman.
Yeah, quantum physics, I think it's possible. Leadoff man on, Zach McKinstry lines it to left, right to Trammell. And now the Henry Ford health and injury update is Hao Lee steps to the plate, and we mention it here because Hao Lee is doing such a good job filling in for Gleyber Torres at second base. His bat has heated up, and the Tigers need help because with Gleyber Torres and without Gleyber Torres, this offense, Andy, is very different. You see it there, the 1-loss record. This isn't all about one guy, but it is pretty noticeable how much better the offense is with Gleyber Torres, a run and a half a game more. And you think, well, how is that possible? He's got he's a solid hitter, not a lot of power, 780, 790 OPS, and yet the quality of the at-bat kind of changes the whole feel of the lineup when he's in there.
And for the starting pitcher on the opposite side, we've seen him go deep into a lot of counts, put so much pressure, and ride pitch counts up on starters that are opposed to the Tigers, and making it a really rough day on them to where by the time they get to 3 and 4, they're wore out.
A little baby pop. You can't hit a smaller pop-up. That barely even qualifies as a pop-up. How you lead this month in 41 at-bats has been outstanding.
He's hit the ball all over the field. We saw the big home run yesterday. Seen some pop out of the bat. Almost hit 400. Dan, 1,000 OPS, 4 extra base hits to go along with that. Some RBIs. And once in a while, even when you're going hot, it looks like you hit it with a wiffle ball bat.
If that. Outman takes first pitch changeup. That was interesting, AJ talking about it. The league is always going to adjust to you. How you Lee has shown this month as he started to heat up that he can hit all kinds of pitching.
Yeah.
Now they're going to try to get you to chase a little bit. He is a pretty aggressive hitter, doesn't walk a whole lot. And he said the next adjustment for him, when the league adjusts to you, the next adjustment, swinging less is probably better.
For sure. Usually the first adjustment goes like this. They're going to see what type of pitches you can hit. Can you hit the fastball? Okay, check. He can hit the fastball. Then they're going to try to spin you away. And he's got some hits on the breaking ball way. Then the next adjustment is in. They're going to pound you up and in, try to get you uncomfortable in that box and speed you up.
Good curveball from Hunter Brown to make it 1-2.
It never failed. Anytime you get hot, you go, you know, for 3 or 4 games, you're starting to really see it well. You're hitting balls out over the plate. They start throwing them at you. It feels like catcher's like set up right behind you.
You're like, quit crowding me so much.
But they don't want to let you get comfortable in the box. And if you swing at that pitch in off the plate, they will eat you alive.
Yeah.
Because then it exposes you to everything, because you're trying to rush to beat it to a spot inside, and now the breaking ball and the soft stuff away, you're way out in front.
And that's the next level of adjustment for Hao-Yu Lee, who has drawn just a handful of walks this month. This is bad as heated up. Changeup gets Outman. Leadoff single, but Carpenter doesn't advance past first. The Bet365 scoreboard has the Tigers on top 2-0 after 4.
Options.
Time for today's mobile performance. Here's Jack Flaherty getting all that swing and miss today, and most of it out of the strike zone, getting ahead of counts, getting guys looking for that fastball, dumping in curveballs and sliders and all sorts of pitches.
Reynel Delgado starts the 5th by taking a fastball in. This becomes kind of a big inning for Jack Flaherty. He's been averaging just under 5 innings a start. He's only gone 6 innings twice, and this is generally where you see on the days when he's not going to go 6. And again, he's only done it twice. He can run into the problem that pitch count starts to climb, and he's already had to work out of 2 jams the last 2 innings, expending a lot of energy. He could use a quick inning, and that's the way to start it. 2-0 routine fly ball off the bat of Delgado.
It's time for the Meyer Family Fun Deal. For just $79, get 4 Tigers tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, and 4 drinks. Or you can upgrade to the new pizza mill for just 10 more bucks. Plus, you can add extra tickets to fit your family. Visit tigers.com/Sunday for more information.
Jack Flaherty's been kind of hittable early, middle, and late. This is when he has been most hittable by OPS, and it's mainly because the walks start to jump around this time. 3rd trip through the order. You can see batting average, and again the walks jump on base almost 500 when he goes through an order a 3rd time. Pena at the plate begins the 3rd trip through the order, but this has been an outstanding start for Flaherty. I would love to see him work a 1-2-3 here, Andy, and get into the 6th inning.
Yeah, it's just command right now for Flaherty. You see the fastball's 94. It's still riding. It's still got velocity behind it. It's quality pitches. Find your spots. Focus in. Get the ball out in front of you. Let it rip.
Doesn't get a lot of chase generally, and as you pointed out, a lot of chase today, which speaks to the quality of the stuff, Andy. I mean, the sharpness of the break and late.
Yeah, that stayed put for a long time. In the end, it fell off the table. And then to follow it up with a nice quality 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That gets guys, they're going to chase more, Dan. It speeds you up. There's no way. You can't cover both. You can't say, you know what, I'm going to set back and wait on spin and see that and still be able to have some success against the fastball.
He's finished Pena off twice with a slider. Doesn't get into bite. This one ball out of hand. Needs to get some quick outs if he wants to come back out for the 6th. He's climbing into the mid-80s. This is the thing that when he begins to struggle a little bit, loses the at-bats where he won the race to 2 strikes. Got the count to 1 and 2, get the 2 strikes in the first 3 pitches. And now he's fallen behind. Big pitch. Got him! Again with a slider. 8th strikeout for Flaherty, all swinging.
He's gotten so much swing and miss today on his pitch counts. Different pitch counts. Slider, look at him right there. 4, 4, and 4. So all of his favorite 4 pitches, he's got 4 swing and misses. And there's the slider. That's a gutsy call right there. In a 3-2 count, after missing twice with the slider away, to go back out there a 3rd time.
That's outstanding. And the slider to start off the at-bat against Yordan Alvarez. You missed ball out of hand on ball 2 and ball 3. And then you're like, no, I'm sticking with this. And you talk about executing a pitch. My goodness. Breaking ball followed by the fastball. It has been a really nice 1-2 punch. You look at the hard contact. We are 19 batters in. Myers had the double. It wasn't really hard hit. Andy, there hasn't been a hard hit ball against Jack Flaherty today. Everything in the air has been routine. He's only gotten 1 ground ball. That was softly hit. This is impressive.
It's that fastball velocity, even in counts. We've seen some hitters' counts today where he just pours a fastball in and they foul it off. And that gets him to more of an even or balanced count to be able to execute either a breaking ball or another fastball.
Credit to Dylan Dingler, the way these two are working together. Feels like he's got a real feel for how to sequence to keep these guys off balance. These guys are off balance today. Dangerous Alvarez fouls off a pretty good slider down and in.
He can hit that ball down and in off the plate in. He loves that ball down and in. Even for a ball, we've seen him golf some shots out.
Flaherty trying for a 1-2-3 inning. Popped up and fouled, but these long at bats. Pena saw 7 pitches. Alvarez will now see at least 7. Have pushed the pitch count up into the mid-90s. So this is nearing the end of the day. Tyler Holton has begun to throw for the Tigers. Got him. First called, 3rd of the day. If that's the end of the day, he ends it with an exclamation point. 9 strikeouts for Flaherty. Shuts out the Astros through 5. Let's do Veerling.
Lock in your spot for the upcoming Tiger season with a season membership deposit now and enjoy a complimentary game on us. Membership to the 1901 Society delivers exclusive access, priority opportunities, and elevated benefits throughout the year. Deposits start at just $100 and include an invite to a select-a-seat event. Explore more at tigers.com/deposits.
Little pop fly flare will drop foul off the bat of Matt Veerling. First time up, slider out over the plate. He hit a rocket through the box. 104 off the bat into center. Andy, we were looking earlier, and I mean, talking about Matt Veerling, this guy's got some of the best bat-to-ball skills on this team. He has not been able to get the bat going consistently this year. Comes in hitting just over 200. We know there's more in there. What are you seeing with Matt Veerling at this point midway through the season?
Just a little late on the fastball. You saw that sinker right there. He was wanting it. He's just not getting to his spot early enough with his hands. Foot's coming up about right, but the hands kind of have an extra little load right before he goes, which means that fastball's getting on him. Just not been consistent being able to get the barrel to the heater.
Curveball hangs high.
But the breaking ball, you know, you can still time up the breaking ball and still be able to get the head out on it.
Struggled so far against both types of fastballs, the 4-seam and 2-seam sinking fastball. Astros are attacking him with mostly breaking balls. Hang another. This ends the second trip through the order. Hard contact early. Now Hunter Brown has settled in pretty nicely. Bad news for the Tigers. That pitch count is nice and low. 58 through 4. 3 quick innings. Average pitch count in an inning is right around 16, year in and year out. A little bit higher this year. Softly in the air to right. Loperfido with the catch.
And that's it. Just a little bit behind the fastball in these at-bats. And if you're not consistent on it, it's tough. You watch when his foot gets up. There's nothing wrong with the timing of his foot. It's more when he's going to load his hands. So about the time the pitcher's going to deliver the ball, you want your leg about as high as it's going to get so he can start to descend. That's great. But the problem is the hands. Watch a little extra move right here. Right there, he's not ready to hit. You see how he's got to move his hands back before he goes? That's got to be done about the time he's going to release the baseball. That allows you to read the pitch. And if it's a fastball, you can be quick enough to it to still get the barrel to it on plane. That little extra bit is all it takes.
It's going to make you late on the fastball.
That's right.
And we're looking at Kevin McGonigal by comparison. Just the fact that his hands, when the foot is up in the right position when the ball is being released, his hands don't move anymore. They're where they're supposed to be.
The load is complete.
Yeah.
And then it's just the foot starts descending. The hands might go move a tick. They're going to move a tick.
Sure.
But not a big move that late in your approach. That'll make you late. Then you try to cheat to the fastball. Then you're more suspect to breaking balls.
Yeah, once you start to cheat to the fastball, it's kind of all over, isn't it?
It gets really tough. And once, usually fastball, so you think fastball pace, even a guy that's a pretty decent fastball hitter, once you hit about 95, 96 mile an hour, you do have to start cheating to the fastball a little bit more, make that decision a little earlier.
McGonigal swung last time 3-0. Takes a sinker that's going to be challenged.
The catcher's Townsend pitch.
This challenge, this ABS challenge presented by Figer Law. And Kevin McGonigal has a walk.
The call is confirmed. Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
But people wonder, if you wonder why people chase velo and teams love high velocity, it's because the decision point has to be made earlier.
Yeah.
Which opens you up to all sorts of issues. One, if you're late on a 93 mile an hour fastball, 98, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Right? You really have to cheat. Two, even if you can be on time with 98 or 100, anything other than that, you can look really silly on because your swing decision has to be made a split second sooner.
Got 1400ths of a second, 1400ths on average to make your decision as the ball's being delivered to home plate. That's the amount of time you have to make a decision on whether to swing and where the bat's going to go.
That's right, and that's why you want everything done as much as possible as the ball's coming out of the hand.
96, 97, 98. We're talking maybe 1100ths of a second. I mean, the margins are so thin. But like you said, every mile an hour, that's, think of it, what, another foot or two closer to, gets to home plate that much quicker.
That's right.
Bierling stole off ground earlier, but really, this is one of those cases where you feel like they're stealing off Diaz more than the guy on the mound. Bierling got a good jump and then cruised into second base. Brown has been in his career easy to run on. He's allowed 20 steals each of the last 2 years. 3-0 fastball. That velocity is steady. 97, 98.
Cole thought about challenging that ball. Was definitely out. Ryan Addington did him a favor there.
Hit the ball hard twice today, once over the head of Trammell. You notice that Trammell in left field is deeper, a couple of steps from where he was in his first at-bat. Drove the ball. You don't see a guy drive the ball opposite way over the opposite field outfielder's head very often, but Keith did that in his first at-bat, and Trammell caught it. McGonigal took off with the pitch. Delgado flips to Walker for the second out. McGonigal in scoring position for Riley Green. And now a message from Rally House.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Diaz out to talk things over with Brown. Riley Green, first base open. I don't picture them trying to pitch around him here. Just about how they're going to attack him. Struck out and grounded out so far today. You think he would have been good challenging pitches?
As a hitter?
Yeah.
Well, everybody thinks they'd be good until you actually have to do it.
Now that you see how hard it is as a hitter, do you think you'd be good?
The blatant ones.
Yeah.
Like there's some blatant pitches that you're just like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like those are the ones I would have probably challenged. Some of the closer ones, like, who knows? It's tough. Depends on the day. But I don't think any hitter is going to be perfect.
Right.
So, for instance, you might have an at bat on a Tuesday that the ball looks in and it is in. And then you might have an at bat later that Friday, the ball looks in and it's not. Just depend on the pitch shape and how you're feeling that day, where your head's aligned.
Yeah, the pitch might be the exact same pitch, and you're not going to see it the same.
That's right. That's why consistency is the goal when you're a hitter. It's like head positioning matters, how much tilt you have, how much you're leaning over at the waist, how straight up and down you are. Like all those factors change your head alignment. When your head alignment changes, it changes the angle you see the baseball at.
And you and Bobby have talked a lot this year about how Kevin McGonigal keeps that head very still.
Which you see.
And that makes him very good at, he's one of the best at challenging,
recognizing pitches. The more your head moves, the harder it gets. You see a lot of guys when they come up to the big leagues, the first adjustment they have to make is less movement. They can't get to a fastball. They're moving all over the place trying to create power.
Good hitters count for Riley Green, and a terrific changeup from Hunter Brown.
That's the approach there, though. Swing through it, looking for a fastball, want to do damage on the pull side. He throws you a plus changeup, swing through it. Don't slow your bat down to make contact. Now you balance your approach out, go back more towards the middle of the field.
Big miss on 97, up and away. Pena trying to shorten that lead of McGonigal at second. Hunter Brown wants to shorten it up a little more by stepping off.
He knows how big this pitch is right here to a dangerous left-handed hitter.
The 3-2. Softly to second base. And off the glove of Delgado, and that's going to add a run for the Tigers. A sure-handed infielder in the games that we've seen couldn't handle the routine ground ball. Tigers have a 3-0 lead.
He couldn't decide if he wanted to try to get in front of it or play it on the forehand. Watch the footwork here. He gets over to the baseball, but he tries to get around it, Dan, and use that right hand, too, to get into it instead of just reaching the hand out and grabbing it as he's moving. That little shuffle there at the end to try to move the body around the baseball causes it to hit off the heel of his glove, and that's a big break for the Tigers to score another run. He can't believe it.
That's why the Tigers talk all the time about playing one-handed.
Field the ball with one hand when you're on the move, especially. Yep. He tried to do the fundamentally quote-unquote sound thing, which is get around the baseball, get in front of the baseball, but it was too far to his left.
Big error. And that's a big run. Joshua Miller, the pitching coach, out for a quick conversation with Hunter Brown.
This will probably get some action in that bullpen. He's reaching 80 pitches. He came off the IL a couple starts ago. And the command, Dan, has just been very suspect the last 4 or 5 hitters. These two guys here, and Dingler and potentially Carpenter, are not guys you want to fall behind the counter.
sinker with terrific movement onto the outside edge for a strike. Here's a look at Kerry Carpenter in the on-deck circle, sponsored by C&L Ward.
He's made his presence known in this series. Grand slam yesterday, a big home run in the first game of the series.
Early home runs can just ignite an offense. Felt like the grand slam yesterday after falling behind 3-0 was absolutely going to lead to a win. It did not. The Tigers are a completely different team when they homer.
You're about to see power on power here. I would imagine Brown wants to throw a sinker, and Dingler's going to be ready for it.
He did get the sinker, and
he was ready for it. He was right, just flirting with that line over there. That's the second time. He knows it's coming. It's just in off the plate swing. Just enough that he can't quite clear. But see how quickly he got the hips cleared. Look, clear the hips, suck the hands in. And man, that would have been a huge knock.
Why did Isak Paredes pull the hands back going after that ball?
Well, he knew he wasn't going to get it.
High in the air to left. Trammell didn't read it right, but now he goes back and makes the catch. Dylan Dingler flies out. Tigers had a run on the big error, and they've got a 3-0 lead after 5. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sports Net is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows, and by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Here's the Home Depot working on a win. This guy is sitting on $9.99 for a second straight day. Looked like 1,000 was within his grasp yesterday. Tigers couldn't hold the lead. He's looking for 1,000 today. Wallside Windows pitching change brings Tyler Holton into the game. There have been over 870 managers in Major League history. Some of them interim, let's face it. But only 67 have gotten to 1,000 wins. Tyler Holton's pitching very well right now. Johnny, you've got a little more on AJ.
Well, just in talking about the 1,000 wins, and again, it is a very small group. When you're saying 67 guys who've ever managed this game to reach that number, talking with AJ, I wouldn't say he downplayed it. I think he's appreciative of the players and the places he's been, which has allowed him, to get to this point. The fact of the matter, the irony of it all, the fact that he's going to potentially reach 1,000 against his former team, the Houston Astros. But he said, for me, the next person for him to catch in the managerial line is Charlie Manuel. I played for him. He's one of the most revered guys in the game that he was, able to be around. And he says, now here I am right next to him in the win column. Just the respect for the journey that it's taken for him to get to this point. That's the beautiful part about baseball. But certainly when you're talking about some of the best managers, not just of today, but all time, Charlie Manuel's on that list, and A.J. Hinch making his case.
I think that's one of the things, Johnny, that I've always appreciated, and Andy, about A.J. when Miguel Cabrera, for instance, was catching milestones, always talking about the people that he was passing along the way.
Sure.
So that you could have that conversation about Charlie Manuel, who's one of the great figures in the game just because of the personality and the success he had as a manager. But look at some of the other names. I mean, you saw Terry Francona on the active list, but Chuck Dressen and Jim Fregosi and Red Shandies, those are all guys he could catch this year, managers on that win list.
Right.
And those are big historical figures in the game, and he always appreciates that.
Well, I think the part about it is, and not just in baseball, but just like history in general, sometimes when it's right in front of us, as much as we always try to focus on the here and now, there is perspective that's gained once you're beyond it, and then looking past or looking back. So, again, you talk about the great ones like of today, Tito Francona for sure would be on that list, but the Shane Dents and all that stuff, that's like, when you reflect on those guys that build a career and then kind of close the book on it, then they get paid their due reverence. And sometimes when it's happening right in front of us, we take it, in some levels, we take it for granted a little bit.
Softly to short off the batter, Christian Walker. Woo! That's a good job by Keith to grab a throw that was way off the base. The other thing that A.J. Hinch does, Andy, that I love is he'll go to a visiting ballpark. He's got how many young players on his team the last few years, many making their major league debuts, and he'll point out the retired numbers on the wall in whatever ballpark they're in, or if there's a statue, and challenge them. What do you know about this guy?
Yeah.
Or tell them about that guy.
It's important to remember all the guys that went before you are why
Yes.
you have what you have today. Without all of the guys who have played Major League Baseball before whatever generation you play in, it's easy as a player to think, well, our generation's the best. The game's harder now than it's ever been. But the sacrifices that people made before and the way they went about their business and the fans. Like, the fans are such a big part of this. Without the fans, you got nothing. Without the guys before, you got nothing. Right now, the Tigers are leading 3-0, trying to get that guy 1,000 wins. Stream Tigers baseball for just $19.99 a month on Detroit Sports Net, presented by Bet365. Subject to national exclusivities, terms and conditions apply. Subscribe by visiting tigers.com/DSN.
Kerry Carpenter 2 for 2 today. Little bloop single. And then the McKinstry home run. That's the big 1-2 punch in this game. Let's go down to Johnny Kane.
Well, Carp was saying a little earlier in this season he felt he was a little more passive at the plate, wasn't feeling great at the plate. More recently, more confident. Against the Astros, he's seen a lot more spin. Understands his numbers may not necessarily be as good as they are against the fastball, but he feels like he can hit spin when he picks the right pitches. Yesterday, you talked about it, Andy, that he picked the right pitch against Tung on time, hit that hanging curveball for the grand slam. Against Hunter Brown, he says, today, I expect to see a lot of fastballs and curveballs from Hunter Brown.
And he has. Seen a couple fastballs, got 2 hits off the fastball. And there's the curveball. So good scouting reports going through the mind of Kerry Carpenter, Johnny.
That's it. He's doing his job, much like you are. And we all appreciate that.
I don't have to hit any curveballs today, and I'm grateful
right.
for that.
That's right.
Good changeup. That pitch is always there for Hunter Brown.
But it makes sense that he swings and misses, knowing he's looking fastball and curveball.
Yep.
So right there, that's a fastball count. He wants to do damage. Similar to Riley earlier, go ahead and swing through that. Now he's got to level that approach a little bit. And this is where you get a little more suspect to that high elevated fastball of the 4-seam variety.
Curveball away, so he's hit the curveball down, the fastball up, and AJ was talking about it today. The good thing is Kerry Carpenter can hit all kinds of pitches out. The bad thing is Kerry Carpenter can hit all kinds of pitches out.
Sometimes he'll swing out of the zone. He's pretty confident in his ability to hit everything.
Throws him. 4 strikeout for Brown.
Check out this 4-seamer right here that Zach McKinstry covered, hit it deep to right. That's not an easy thing to do against a guy like Hunter Brown. And you know he's fired up about that. Feels good whenever you get one on the pull side. Little day game, breeze blowing. Give your team a lead.
I mean, it's one of the best fastballs in the game.
It is.
In terms of the effectiveness of it, how hard it is to hit. As Andy said, what was it? 4 whole hits against it?
Yeah.
In 20 innings.
Teams were hitting under 100 coming into this day, and the Tigers have done a nice job. They could have scored more runs. There was other fastballs they hit well right at outfielders.
And it's just one of the clearest signs that the swings for Zach McKinstry this month have been a whole lot better. Softly past the mound, he might beat this one out. Paredes got him. Nice play. Isak Paredes has impressed with his defense the last 2 series, last week and this. In Houston, he made plays. He made a play yesterday going down the line in foul territory. That's not an easy play.
It's not. That's why you never judge a book by its cover. He's a big guy, so naturally people think, well, his motions at third aren't going to be that great. That's a well of a barehanded play coming in hot to get a fast runner.
Tigers took the 2-0 lead in the second. They've only had 3 base runners since the second inning. Gigantic error by Delgado allowed McGonigal to score last inning for the add-on run. Hunter Brown kind of true to form, not, as we said, a premium strike thrower. First pitch strikes are total strikes, but the repertoire is so good that he could fall behind and still not be in a lot of trouble. 94 pitches, 55 strikes. That's below average. Kind of typical for Hunter Brown. But this stuff is so good, Andy.
It shows the approach the Tigers have taken. I mean, to be able to get some runs on a guy like this and hit the ball hard and string together a lot of quality at bats. But also to only limit it to 3 runs the way the Tigers have done a good job today is impressive on Brown's part.
Hao-Yu Lee showing good discipline. As we've talked about, this is the next step. League knows he's shown he can hit all kinds of pitching. He can go up and down, in and out. And they know he's aggressive. So now they're trying to pitch to that aggressiveness. He drew a 4-pitch walk the other day. That was notable. Had the green light on 3-0. Fouls that pitch off. Now he has to be able to show that he's willing to work an at bat and stay in the strike zone. I think change up right here with the high fastball.
You think he
sinker. You could see that run into a righty. We were surprised that Hunter Brown was allowed to go into the 90s with his pitch count against the Tigers in Houston. First start off the injured list, it was a strained shoulder. He threw 92 pitches. Then he had a 3-inning start with 85 pitches. Now you can see he's about to hit 100. That sinker up in the strike zone is just as big a weapon as it is down. This guy who idolized Justin Verlander, loved how he pitched, loved how he was a big power pitcher who pitched off the fastball. That fastball up, misses. Just the second walk of the day to go with 4 strikeouts, but I'll highlight the 4 strikeouts, Andy. Only 4 strikeouts against Hunter Brown, who's been racking them up in his brief starts this year and for the last 2 years.
That's the effectiveness against the heater. If you don't miss the fastball earlier in counts, you don't get in as many of those counts where he's got leverage. And they hit some balls hard, made some outs on with some loud swings.
Lee was taking off.
It has never failed. If you want to get to an elite pitcher, because most elite pitchers, starting pitchers, all have a fastball that plays.
Yep.
And if you can get to that pitch, it'll frustrate them. It's hard for them to get to whatever swing and miss pitch they want to go to. For Hunter Brown, it's the curveball. And it gets them in a position where they don't feel like they're in as much control. It hasn't been a fun outing for Hunter Brown. He's had to work his tail off to try to keep his ball club in this game.
Strike 1 to Outman away.
But when you see an elite starting pitcher get a lot of those early foul balls on the 4-seam, guys start chasing out of the zone a little bit more, he feels more in command.
They stay very disciplined in the strike zone. Lots of hard contact early. He's limited that hard contact since. Lee took off a couple of pitches ago, so he'll draw a throw. Again, Brown is a guy you can run on. Tigers have taken off a couple of times, fielding with a stolen base. You would think Hao-Yu Lee might be taking off here. Now Hao-Yu Lee has asked for time over at first base. Something in the dive back to first.
He knocked the wind out of himself a little bit.
It seems like it. He was having a hard time, it looked like, catching his breath. Maybe he won't be taking off here.
Maybe he's baiting him into, I can't go now for sure.
There he goes. Swing and a miss, throw down to second. Not in time. Whoa. What a slide to get away from the Pena tag. Hao-Yu Lee with his second steal. We'll see if the Astros challenge. They will.
Like he said, he's trying to hook slide it. Just hangs on to the bag.
Houston is challenging the safe call at second base.
Yep, got him. That's a great tag by Pena. The throw is high, and you talk about quick glove.
Coming down and just catching him on the forearm.
That's pretty clear. Great looks.
Man, that's close.
Right there.
If there's one thing we've seen since the challenge system has come into play, Dan, how many close plays there are in a baseball game.
Yeah. That's the one right there. You can definitely see the jersey move. What a great look, guys. Very clear. Boy, Lee did everything right too, didn't he?
Yep.
Sliding to the outfield side, trying to get away from the tag. Head down, eating some dirt. The first look we got was the one. Each one of these has confirmed what I thought I saw the first time. Would you agree?
Yeah, it looked like he got him just before his hand got into the bag. It's close.
I'm surprised this is taking this long. There,
and then the hand.
You can tell the hand does not hit the base.
Split second.
Review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Houston will retain their challenge.
And that is the end of the inning. Astros don't know it yet, but it is. We head to the seventh. Tigers trying to split this series up 3.
So I hammer the rug.
Back-to-back bobbleheads, back-to-back days. Head to Comerica Park July 7th and July 8th. Be one of the first through the gates and receive back-to-back Scooble bobblehead presented by Meyer. Get your tickets now at tigers.com/giveaways.
Back-to-back giveaways.
Well, you see the bobblehead, it's 2 Scoobles that are back-to-back. Get it? You know, hitters can have back-to-back home runs. I guess pitchers could have back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah.
So they get a
Why
little
not
back-to-back
bobbleheads?
action. Back-to-back Cy Youngs.
Talk about all the hitters who are having good months for the Tigers. Tyler Holton has really started to dial in, and this goes back to his last 3 outings of May. He'll still give up some hits, but he spaces them out. It's mostly singles, and he's getting a lot of easy outs like that. 1 up and 1 down. Well, let's spin the wheel. Time for the Carhartt Tiger of the Day. And that today brings us another guy I've never heard of, Neil Chrisley. 5 seasons with 3 teams, 161 games with the Tigers back in 59 and 60. Hey, Andy, 11 seasons. This guy could hit. He just needed a chance to get it to hit in the major leagues, and he never got that chance.
Well, you know, he's got 161 games. He must not have been able to play defense. It's always fun to look back and see all those that went before us, right?
Love it. I love that last bit. He appeared on the 62 Mets as a 62 Met, even though he never played for them. Expansion Mets. 120 loss team. Record that stood until last year. Bryce Matthews is pinch hitting for Trammell. Righty for the lefty. Tyler Holton, 1 run on 13 hits in 11 innings this month. 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Most of those hits have been singles, as we mentioned, and it just feels like we're getting back to seeing the Tyler Holton we've been used to seeing.
Changeup's been better to the righties. Working that changeup down and away. It's so important for that cutter to go either backdoor or down and in to a right-handed hitter, and the slider to his lefties.
Starting to get hitters out a little bit better means that the innings are quicker, the pitch count stays low, and that's the other piece of the equation for manager A.J. Hinch, is that he can now use him in the role that he's definitely filled the last couple of years multiple innings at a time, and he really couldn't do that a lot early in the year because the pitch count was often high. Softly into right, Hyu Lee will give way to Matt Vierling. 5 up, 5 down for Tyler Holton in the 6th and 7th, and now a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Nine in a row now retired by Tigers pitchers. Jack Flaherty went the first 5 innings today. He was terrific. He got a lot of swing and miss. The pitch count was climbing though, and that's why he came out after 5. Tyler Holton trying to make it 6 up, 6 down over 2 innings of work. Flaherty no runs on 2 hits with 9 strikeouts. Changes. You mentioned it. I mean, he can go change up fastball away and with the cutter away, and it's just he can sequence those 3 pitches and get a lot of easy outs.
That's it. When his changeup really started working for him, you saw softer contact, a little more swing and miss, and it gets him off of other pitch varieties. He's thrown a few more 4-seams also. He kind of fell into that just throwing cutters and just throwing changeups, but the changeup wasn't playing as well. Then they were setting on the cutter.
The 0-2.
But now you see more 4-seam up, move the changeup away, change the eye level. And that's the Tyler Holton that we had watched for 2 years.
Yep. Five easy outs so far. In the air, on the ground. Softly to McGonigal. And oh man, that ball got by Cole Keith. Should have been inning over.
Looked like it went to the backhand side. I don't know if he stepped a little bit too early or if the throw was that offline. Let's take a look. As a first baseman, you don't want to step and commit to the throw. Okay, so he goes backhand and he just didn't reach it. Didn't quite step far enough to his left.
McGonigal's throws always strong and accurate from short or at third.
Might have had a little cut on it because it looked like Colt thought he had a beat on it and it just kept selling.
This one's deep to right, and we've got a 3-2 game. Wow. The last person you're looking for to hit a home run, Raynel Delgado, has just hit his first major league home run, and the Astros have taken a giant advantage of a 2-out error to extend the inning to make this a 3-2 game.
That's unfortunate right there. After the error, Holton just hangs a breaking ball, and Delgado sees it right out of the hand. His eyes get big. Just stays with it, but it's tough after you make an error, but you come back and hang one, Dan. Now we got a 1-run ball game.
Tigers going to their bullpen. Finnegan coming on. Lead is 1.
Running a successful delivery company.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Well, side windows pitching change brings Kyle Finnegan into the game, and 2-out error. And then the 2-run home run. The error goes on Colt Keith. Interesting. Kyle Finnegan takes over. Starting to turn around what we have been talking about all year. More walks than strikeouts. This has been more like the Kyle Finnegan we're used to seeing last 3 times out, Andy. 3 1/3, no walks, 6 strikeouts. He's really started to dial in the fastball location, and it's been a better splitter. That's a very good looking fastball, but it is ball 1.
He's throwing that thing 96, 97, 98 mile an hour with the 4-seam. His 4-seam's got a little movement. It's got a little arm side run to it.
sharply into center field. Fastball middle, and we know Pena can hit that.
Well, it's going to be a tall task to keep Pena from getting ahead. He's done a great job against Tigers pitching. Racked up a lot of them in the series. And this four-seam, Finnegan's trying to throw a strike, get ahead in the count, and he knuckles it right back at him. That's when you know you squared it up about perfect, when it comes out as a knuckleball.
What a great look at. I mean, you just don't see that very often.
And that means you got to face Alvarez with a man on.
Shot to second. Nice grab by Hayuli to Cole Keith. Alvarez hit it hard, bounces out. Tigers hold on to the lead. Astros within one. Well, coming up, it's the Figer Law 7th inning stretch on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Comerica Park. And God bless America.
At this time,
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all of your home improvement needs. Error opened the door for the Astros. First career home run for Delgado makes it a one-run game. Tigers would love to add to this one-run lead. Ryan Abreu, he has been a rock in the bullpen 4 years running for the Astros. Has had mighty struggles this year. He can't find home plate. Still a lot of swing and miss. But 24 walks in 26 innings. Trip to the minor leagues. He has come back, worked one scoreless inning in the Tigers game 2 win.
In the pitch.
Called strike, and James Outman wins
Calls
the
overturned.
challenge. That's about as big a miss as you will see. So many of the challenges are confirmed or overturned. That's going to drop for a base hit for Outman. Smith over to field it on 2 skips. James Outman has a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. This certainly looks like a guy, again, he's been terrific for the Astros in his career, but he has not had success this year.
And this slider just hasn't been the same for him. You mentioned the walks. The sliders also got hit around. That was his go-to pitch for years. And it's hanging, it's up. Teams have hit 4 homers off of it. Left-handed hitters have had a field day against that pitch type.
I mean, it's just so rare. A bunt attempt, and that will drop. And a nice job by Abreu to get Beerling. The ball popped up. That's a really tough read for Outman. Fortunately for him, it fell in the right spot. Successful sacrifice. Not how you draw it up, but the Tigers will take it. A runner in scoring position.
Sometimes in a baseball game, there's a moment where everything just stops and freezes. Christian Walker said, I don't know if I can get it. Outman said, I don't know if I can go. Abreu said, well, I guess I got to go get it. Regardless, it does the job. Move the runner. And they want these left-handed hitters against this slider of Abreu. Lefties are slugging over 900 against it right now.
5 home runs in their 46 at-bats. Andy, for a reliever who that was his pitch, to see it go from being his best pitch by far, I mean, by run value, a +10 run value, that for a reliever, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
To his worst pitch in 1 year, you just don't see that.
It just doesn't have as much movement. It's not moving laterally as much as it was last year, and it's setting, hanging. It's got a little bit of vertical drop to it. But if it doesn't have that vertical drop, it just hangs, and lefties have been all over it.
And this is who he is. He's a 4-seam fastball slider guy. That's it. That's been his repertoire for years. McGonigal has a good hitter's count. And now 3-0. Third time today he's seen a 3-0 count. Deep fly ball out the first time, swinging 3-0, and then he walked on a 3-0 last time up. Tigers would love to get that runner home from second, trying to build on a 1-run lead. The 3-0. Pitcher's pitch down and away at 96. Matthews now in left. This is the best defensive alignment.
He just broke his batting glove. That's how strong Kevin McGonigal is. You wonder if he's strong? He literally was just trying to put his strap on his batting glove. There's a little Velcro piece that comes over your wrist. And he's like, yeah, I am locked. And then he goes Hulk mode on his batting. Oh! Hey, wait a minute. That's how strong his hands are. He's like, oh.
That is such a great look. The look on his face, like,
did that really just happen?
What just happened?
Done that 500 million times in his life. But now that he's 21 years of age, he's a little bit stronger. He's going to have to get those reinforced.
Waiting on the 3-1. Abreu's holding an extra few beats. Good take. His ability to lay off that pitch is so impressive. McGonigal reaches for the second time in this game on a walk.
When you're on base a lot, you're going to score some runs too. Look at that, 51 runs. Most by a Tigers rookie before July since Jake Wood in 1961, Dan.
Jake Wood was here the other day. Jake Wood is still playing softball and well into his 80s. He is one of the great Tiger alums, and it's such a pleasure to see him anytime he's around the ballpark. Softly foul, first base side for Colt Keith. Kevin McGonigal now with those 2 walks in this game, 53 walks, 48 strikeouts. He started the year walking more than he struck out, and he has held that all season long. At the end of the year, you'll look up and you'll see maybe half a dozen guys with more walks and strikeouts. So if you know he doesn't have command of the slider and it doesn't have the, I mean,
oh, you look middle.
You're just
looking middle.
Just looking middle.
Trust yourself. Especially if he's spraying that far out of the zone with some of his pitches. Like ball out of hand, you just let it go. You're not so worried about a pitch coming back over the plate. It's trust your eyes. If it looks good, you like it, that's the one you go for.
As you said all year long, if it's in the middle of the plate, no matter what the speed, you've got to be able to move that ball. 2 on, 1 out. He had an opportunity there. Slider was up. Took a rip. Had 2 good swings today. Line drive double over the head of Trammell, who was in left earlier, and then a deep fly ball to left to Trammell. 1 for 3 for Colt today. His big improvement this month, just getting timed up for the fastball. He just admitted it. I just wasn't timed up for the fastball, making sure he is. You would think that this is a favorable matchup for him. The 2-2. some life on that pitch. 97 away. Outman runs well. He's at second base. McGonigal runs well. He's at first. Outfield plays Keith just about straight up. Myers in center, shades a couple of steps toward left center. Again, this is a very good defensive alignment right now with Matthews in left, Myers in center, Smith in right. Those are three quality defenders. They cover a lot of ground. They make plays. 2-2. Good take.
See, he sees that out of the hand.
But it's ball out of hand, isn't it?
He can see it. Seeing that movement. Now, this is a big decision here for Diaz. What pitch do you call? Because if you go slider, you might get swing and miss.
Here, right?
Fastball would be the pitch, because if you load the bases with one out, you got Riley Green on deck.
What does Keith get on the 3-2? Softly in the air to left. Oh boy, Outman was way off the bag. He thought that ball was going to drop. Matthews, though, made an easy catch. Felt like he had an opportunity on those last two sliders.
The one slider earlier in the count he just missed. That one there was a little backdoor piece that he just tried to foul off or fight with 2 strikes.
Joe Espada on his way to the mound. He's going to his bullpen. 2 on, 2 outs in the 7th. Tigers trying to add to a 1-run lead.
You see Stephen Okert, who's coming to the ball game against Riley Green. That last series, he faced him back-to-back days. First time all Riley saw was sliders. Lots of them, ended up punching him out. Next day, he's looking like it's going to be the same trend, but then he throws the heat, pops him out to left. So a familiar face for Riley Green here. Slider's his pitch. He throws that almost 70% of the time to both lefties and righties. Mix the 4-seam in once in a while, and on occasion he'll throw a sinker.
Huge improvements for Whitey against lefties this year. First pitch slider away. So 3rd time in 2 weeks. We've certainly seen that in short series in the postseason. Seeing the same reliever multiple times in the space of a few days can be extremely valuable. And Riley's got the 2-0 count. Good speed on the base pass. Tigers trying to add to a 1-run lead. Popped up. By home plate, and Diaz will fight the breeze, make the catch. Tigers strand 2, hold on to a 1-run lead. Tigers with the 3-2 lead over the Astros, who go to the top of the 8th inning. Kyle Finnegan got the last out last inning after giving up a single. He got Alvarez on a routine ground ball. Paredes, Walker, and Smith to face him. Kyle Finnegan, again, it's been a big turnaround with 6 strikeouts in his last 3 outings, covering 3 1/3. Generally tougher on lefties than righties in recent years because of the splitter. This year it has flipped. He is tougher on righties, lower average, and they have hit very low power numbers. This should be a pretty good matchup through the middle of the order with 3 righties coming up. Paredes has been a really tough out. 7 for 21 in the 2 series last week in this.
Against those righties, he's mixed in the slider more this year than he did last year. Almost 10% more. He's throwing the slider to the righties.
High in the air to left, deep trouble, and that ball is gone, and we are tied. Isaac Paredes jumped on a fastball, and he did not miss his 11th of the year. 3-3 game.
He got the big hit yesterday. on a ball away from him, he just kind of threw his hands at it, hit it down the right field line, and right here in a one-run ball game, he finds a 2-0 fastball he likes. He loves to pull the baseball, and that's center cut as they come. Gets his A swing off, ties the ball game up.
Tigers came into play today and giving up the third fewest number of home runs in the American League. Yankees and Seattle are just ahead of them. But Andy, you'd never know it by the
batter's Townsend pitch.
By the number that we have seen in the late innings. It's rather stunning.
The call is confirmed. Houston is out of challenger.
It's when the home runs come in these close ball games. You know, we've seen the graphic. We've talked about the Tigers' record in 2-run ball games or less. Hasn't been great. But with that also comes, it's tough to always pin down exactly when teams, what the record's going to be in those 1-run ball games from year to year.
It is one of the most random things in baseball. It's not because you have a good bullpen. It's not the best bullpens or the teams that are best in 1-run games. The best teams in each league, year in and year out, are not the best teams in 1-run games. Run differential can tell you a story, but it is not really an indicator of anything more than some randomness. So, for instance, the Tigers have been outscored by 1 run coming into this game today. They are 13 games below the 500 mark. So their record in 1-run games and 2-run games decided by 1 or 2 runs, that helps explain how they got there. They should be within a game of the 500 mark based on runs scored and runs allowed.
Right, with the run differential.
When the team has a winning record like Cleveland last year, reaches the postseason, and they were outscored last year, I think by 8 runs. Well, they were great in 1-run games last year. Chicago White Sox, they were the worst team in one-run games last year, and they are the best this year with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So it can explain what's going on when you are outperforming your runs scored and runs allowed. And I do think it, for the Tigers, check swing, Walker draws the walk. I do think it does, you know, the bullpen is part of it. They have not been able to protect leads as well as they should. So yeah, that's part of that 1-run record. And it's part of this number right here. The Tigers have already lost as many games when leading after 7 as they had all of last year, and that was 82 games. 74-8, and that's where you should be leading after 7. A 900 winning percentage or better.
Right, and it's
they've
not
already
like,
matched
it's not
that
like
in
the
34 games.
It's not like the bullpen's completely different.
Right.
It's a lot of the same guys.
There is
timing
randomness built in.
Some big swings and big moments, some balls they got through that maybe shouldn't have, some errors, whatever it was.
Right.
Like there's a multitude of factors that play into baseball, quote unquote, randomness.
Yeah.
But it can be. It's like batting average on balls in play.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very low for a stretch, and then all of a sudden it can be extraordinarily high. Usually water finds its level throughout the years sometimes, and not just even in an individual season.
But to see that number, that you have already matched the number of losses that you had when leading after 7 last year at the midway point, again, it's telling part of the story. Some randomness to it, but also Tigers have not maybe executed pitches like AJ likes to talk about enough, as consistently as they need to in the late innings.
Maybe the only difference in the game today is one hanging curveball and a 2-0 fastball that was center cut, just trying to get back into account.
Yep.
And an error. So an error and 2 pitches. That's the only difference in this game right now to make it a tie ball game.
Fastball gets the call third. That's why the Tigers talk so much about strike 1, and that's where Kyle Finnegan has struggled to be consistent. Again, better lately, but for the year, it's it's been a long road back to get to a decent level of strike ones. Not been his career track record. It's been the battle this year. I was talking to him about it the other day. And he just said, you know, the turnaround recently, and it's been for a week or two. He said, I started just being more of an athlete on the mound. I'm not thinking about everything in my mechanics. A tweak that I made, or a tweak that I need to make, or where's my arm, or it's all synced up. He said, I just got back to thinking, be an athlete on the mound. And it's amazing how many times you hear that. You know, Tarek Skubal talks about that every offseason. He reminds himself he's an athlete. And he doesn't care about repeatable mechanics because it's not really a thing.
Yeah.
He wants to be an athlete on the mound. And that's what Kyle Finnegan talked about the other day, how he's gotten back to being a strike thrower, a guy who can get outs, and a guy who can be obviously a big weapon at the back end of close games in the high leverage situations. It's been his role with the Nationals. It was his role with the Tigers after they traded for him. And it's been a struggle to maintain the consistency this year, unlike maybe any year in his career. Diaz has the good hitters count. Man on, a man out. Walker does not have good speed at first. Fastball low, and that's been the pitch that's been the biggest problem for him. He just has not been able to consistently get that pitch into the strike zone. His zone rate with the fastball has been very low, better lately, but way below where it was a year ago. And when you think of that and everything, especially the splitter playing off of that, that's not a small problem. Oh boy, that slider hung a little bit. Diaz pulled it foul.
Yeah, you put yourself into a corner where you just got to throw strikes. No pitcher wants to be in that spot. They want to be able to throw a quality strike, quality pitch in different counts. And also, there's a point where you trust your stuff to play in the zone.
Big pitch here to Diaz is 0 for 3 today. Little pop fly that will fall foul, and Diaz just helped out in a big way. He chased ball 4.
Pitching's a feel thing. You know, when your body's synced up, it's like a 3-point shooter. When it's going well, boy, you can just.
I can't miss.
Can't miss. I can hit whatever spot
That's like
I want,
a
whatever
hula hoop I'm shooting at.
Yep. And then and it's like, I don't know why. I keep missing in a spot, and you overcorrect, then your arm side, then you're over here. It always amazes me, as hard as these guys throw, how accurate they can actually be.
3-2 again, swing and a miss. Woo-wee. The splitter down and away, and he got Diaz to chase.
Just preying on some aggressiveness from Diaz here. You see the split. He thought he could foul it off at worst, but it wasn't a fastball. It was the split. Ducked out at the zone.
Bryce Matthews, second at bat of the game. Swings, fouls it out of play. Well back first base side.
I mean, in an ideal world, you get Matthews right here, and then you score a run, and you get 3 up, 3 down the next inning. You don't have to face Jordan Alvarez again.
That's the whole goal. He is 4 batters away, 1 more base runner, and he will bat. Quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. This is a guy you have to go right after, hitting 190, not a threat at the plate. Good defensive outfielder. Aggressive, doesn't draw a lot of walks. There's plenty of swing and miss. Splitter's just not, when it's good, Andy, he can throw it right over the plate and it's going to dive right at the plate and get a swing and miss or a ground ball. Doesn't have that command of it today.
He's pulling a few pitches here. His fastball too. They're ended up away from the righty. Same way with the split, coming around his body a little bit.
The 1-2. was the splitter we're looking for, or he's looking for.
You ever
That's a
think
good
about
one.
the precision of a release point, where it has to be for a guy, these guys that throw upper 90s, where it has to be in order to hit a spot when his hands coming through at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you got to let it go in a precise location.
Fastball away, challenge.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
It's going to be very close. Got him.
Calls overturned, pitching strike.
Matthews can't quite believe it. Home run from Paredes ties the game. Take a look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Bet365. Mize against Weathers. Tigers and Yankees meeting for the second time in a week. Skubal, Schlittler. How about that matchup on Tuesday? Melton Warren on Wednesday. That's a pretty nice 1-2-3 trio for the Tigers. Cam Schlittler is having Cy Young Award level season. He's been incredibly consistent. That 160 ERA you saw. He's been kind of there all year. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Dingler, Torkelson has grabbed a bat. He'll bat for Kerry Carpenter. Zach McKinstry against the lefty Brian King. A late bloomer, 27 years old when he debuted, and he has been nothing but outstanding for Houston in 3 years, covering 130 innings.
Good four-seam fastball, sweeper. He'll throw a sinker to a lefty on occasion. If you see that four-seam, it plays. He creates a nice angle from that left-handed side.
Softly to Paredes. 1 out in the 8th.
But that's the angle he creates, that four-seam. Even righties have a difficult time hitting it. Righties are only hitting $177 off of his four-seam fastball this year.
Lefty who's tougher on righties by a considerable margin. They both hit low average, but righties in their 79 at-bats have 17 hits, and 13 of those hits are singles. That's what you want, your late inning leverage guys. Obviously have to get both sides out, but limit the extra base power.
He hasn't given up a home run yet this year. Did you know that, Dan, about him? Hasn't given up a home run yet. Not yet.
I've got one for a lefty here.
Oh, you do? Oh, yeah, that's right. One to a lefty. But I'm going to say he's not giving up one. How's that? Lefty hit his sweeper out. He's only given up one home run all year, Dan.
There it is.
Only one.
And that's been a big improvement for him. 10 home runs in 68 innings last year. That's 1 home run in 35 innings. Strikeouts are down a little bit. He's more of a pitch to contact guy this year, but it's working for him. Missing barrels. Strike 1 on Torque, pinch hitting for Carpenter. Sweeper misses down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers had a 3-0 lead in this game. Error opened the door for a 2-run home run to pull the Astros to within 1. Paredes home run. Line drive down the left field line. Will there be extra bases? Matthews has a good arm. That's going to be a single for Torque. Line drive single. 1 out in the 8th inning. Tigers trying to get back on top.
Torque worked the count a little bit to get him a fastball that he liked. You see right out the gate, he goes with a sweeper up, comes back with a sweeper down. In a 1-1 count, he gets the four-seam down the middle. That's a tough pitch. Even though it's down the middle, it starts away and comes back towards the right-handed hitter. So Torque's still got to get the hands inside the baseball.
Ground ball to short. Pena. What a play. My goodness. Unassisted 6-3 inning-ending double play on the ground ball off the bat of Zach McKinstry. Terrific play. We head to the 9th, tied at 3.
Big
Small side windows pitching change brings Kenley Jansen into the game up and down the year, but since he came back from the stint on the IL, he has been very good. Did give up a run his last time up. last time out, but he'd been in a pretty good stretch. The only time he's been hit this year, the home runs we know about, each time it was either he was battling a groin injury and about to go on the IL, or battling a groin injury, getting rest, and then coming back. But when he's healthy, he has been really tough to hit. Shot to third, grabbed by McGonigal. Jake Myers with a rocket. One pitch, one out in the ninth.
McGonigal's playing in to defend against the bunt, and you see he just quickly sees that ball off the bat. It's telling away from him. Got that hooking spin, does a nice job. Just smother it, grab it.
This ball is popped in the air to right field. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Delgado, 2-run home run his last time up. Soft fly ball to right. Cutter does the job, and the lineup turns over for Jeremy Pena. Well, you outlined it. If they could get those last 3 batters of the 8th inning, and Kyle Finnegan did, that allows Kenley Jensen to be in a spot where he can work a 1-2-3 9th and avoid that guy casting the large shadow from the on-deck circle, Yordan Alvarez. Pena struck out 3 times today and then single. Big cut at the cutter.
I feel like that's where his cutter always plays best. If he can hit that top rail, throw it up and away to the righty, up and in, that's a tough pitch to handle.
Incredible confidence with that pitch. The groin injury, when he tried to pitch through it, there was just not the life on that pitch. And that's the speed that he wants to throw that ball. He says it is at its best 92, 93. So when I throw it harder and kind of throw him through the break,
yeah,
he gets the best movement on that pitch at 92, 93. And we have certainly seen that. The 0-2 shot foul.
See, that's the location that's down a little bit more. The hitters tend to be able to handle it. It's kind of middle of the zone down. They can catch up to it. That one that rides at the top rail and above, you see a lot of swing and miss when he throws it there.
The 0-2 swinging a pop-up foul, so he goes back up with the cutter, as advocated by my partner.
Yep, that's where we've just seen more effectiveness out of it there.
Tigers trying to get this to the bottom of the 9th inning, tied. The 0-2 again. Swing and a miss. Got him. Broke out the slider. 4th time today the Tigers have gotten Pena to chase that pitch.
Got him in swing mode. Went to the slider. Big punch out. The Tigers rally. 3-3.
Join us for the Cure Auto post-game show. Just following this game, the Tigers have been in some close games this homestand. They find themselves in a 3-3 tie here in this one. Heading into the bottom of the 9th inning, it's the bottom of the order. They're going to hope to find some walk-off and magic here today, guys.
It's kind of a Sunday tradition in recent weeks here at home.
To walk it off. You've called a few of them lately. Not an easy guy to face to walk it off.
The one thing about Josh Hader, who again, he's one of the best. He does give up, in sharp contrast to Brian King, he does give up home runs. Like Brown, an injury-shortened season, foul to the screen. But the stuff is so nasty. Righties, lefties. Ooh, it's a tough at-bat.
Sinker slider. Got a good arm angle, good velocity.
He keeps that slider reliably, Andy. Down, 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 down and in, down and over the plate, whatever it might be. It's impressive.
Location matters when it comes to sliders. Like you mentioned, he's got an affinity for keeping it at the bottom rail and below. See the arm angle he comes at it with. the spin. The Tigers are going to pinch hit here.
And Walgeri has grabbed a bat, so Diaz will go out and talk this over. He's pinch hitting for Outman. Lefties, righties in his career. Josh Hader has been tougher on lefties, as you might guess, but last couple of years, he's actually been, since the start of last year, tougher on right-handed batters. Jerry, 2 hits in his major league debut. Line drive, hooking foul down the left field line. Wow. Jumped on the first pitch slider and put a good swing on it. We don't see many of those against Josh Hader. Good swing. It's just a long strike 1.
It's good to come off the bench and be aggressive against an elite arm.
Absolutely.
You got a guy that can put you away. Be aggressive early in the count. If you like it, go get it.
Goes up with 96. Foul tip in and out of the glove of Diaz. Still trying to get everything in sync. The walks have been a little bit high in recent years, but he keeps bringing that walk rate down, and that's the impressive thing. The strikeout rate is 13 and above. 13 strikeouts per 9. The walk rate has gone from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 in the last 4 years. The 0-2. High and away. Matt Vierling waiting on deck. Tigers trying to walk this off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Get A.J. Hinch's 1,000th career managerial win. The 1-2. Popped up. Fouled out of play. We've seen plenty of hitters swing and miss at that pitch. He busted him in. That's a good foul. Walgeri has 2 hits in his major league debut. Sharp line drive singles to right. Check swing, didn't go.
The battle is on right now. Walgeri's not giving in, even on a nasty slider down. Every bit of his body was needed to stop that barrel from moving.
The 2-2. Away, good take.
Gotta win it, need to win it.
He just got a piece of the slider. He'll see at least 8 pitches in this trip to the plate. Big improvements this year at AAA. We saw it in the early at-bats, and this is a heck of an at-bat for him right here.
This is just battle mode. Both pitch varieties, the slider. Hader's throwing some good ones. He's spoiling them. Looking for something out over the plate. Hang one.
9th pitch of the at-bat. Down and in. Wow. Really impressive.
Put a Q next to that one. That's his quality of an at-bat against a high-end reliever for a rookie coming in that you'll see. This is how you just hang around. Sinker up in the zone. Just kept working the at-bat. Hader finally walked him.
Like you said, for a rookie to do that. Vierling pounded in with a sinker, strike 1. Hader is a reliever you can run on. Walgeri not a big base stealer. Fly ball to the gap in left center field, and that ball caught by Matthews. Man, did he cover a lot of ground. Just up in the air a little too long. It's the 2nd out of the 9th inning off the bat. That sure looked good.
You see where he was playing? He was straight up against the right-handed hitter. Just enough air under it for him to come over and make the sliding grab. That looked like it had first to third written all over it. And Matthews covered some serious ground.
If it's by him, it's game over. Kevin McGonigal hit a home run off Hader in Houston, went the opposite way. First pitch slider, strike one. Outfield in the no doubles look very deep all around for Matthews, Myers, and Smith. Keith waiting on deck. Anthony Sanders whispering in the right ear of Ben Malgeri before he takes his lead at first. Short, cautious lead. The 1-1. Go back to last week in Houston.
Kind of a sinker out over the plate, and he hit it oppo. Up in that little nest in Houston.
Got the Tigers two within a run. Man, he takes pitches so calmly.
Man, you think he's going to bust a slider. He's got a 2-2 count. He wants to swing and miss.
Big hole to shoot through on the left side. Paredes more toward third with Pena way up the middle. Buzz the bell tower, 3-2.
McGonigal's trying to stay in because he's going to protect against that slider. And you see last minute got to bail out because that was not a slider.
3-2, 2 outs. Malgeri will be off from first. There he goes. Up and away. 2 walks in the 9th inning. Great at-bats from Malgeri and Kevin McGonigal. And now Jahmai Jones has a chance to be the hero.
There's a guy you want it for. It's Jahmai Jones.
You want it for this guy so badly. Hey, it hurt that game when he heard the boos and then had the biggest hit of the day when the Tigers walked it off against the White Sox. Beating the throw to first with 2 outs, bases empty in the bottom of the 9th, down a run by an inch. This is just one of the good humans in the game. And you always have to remember this is a game played by human beings. And this is one of the truly great people you will ever meet, who is working his rear end off, trying to be the force that he was last year against lefties. Nobody wants it more than him. Can he deliver here in the bottom of the 9th inning? Not seeing many first pitch fastballs. Sees one here and sees it well. Ball out of hand, ball 1. Malgeri runs well. He's the potential winning run at second base. A 3-3 game in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-0. Good hitters count. So many of his at-bats in the last month, it just feels like he's always in an 0-2 hole to start the at-bat.
Definitely has felt that way. Right now he finds himself in a leverage position. That's a really good take, 2-0. You want to do some damage. You want to do something great. He goes with the slider, lays off of that nasty one down and in.
The 3-0 pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. I like that they gave him the green light.
Well, you know he's going to get a fastball.
Yep.
Jahmai's a good fastball hitter. He's struggled more against the breaking ball this year. When you get against a guy like Hader, if it's in there and it's a fastball, you like it. You got to rip.
Still the good hitters count. He walked him. Josh Hader, who's at great command in his early innings this year, has just walked the bases loaded for Riley Green.
That's a huge 90 feet because now a pass ball wins you the ball game as well. There's no place to put Riley Green. Hader's going to have to come right at him.
big crowd getting on their feet here at Comerica Park. Riley 1 for 4 in his career against Josh Hader. First pitch, strike one.
He got that hit on a fastball in the last series he faced him. He hit a fastball between first and second, hit it hard.
The strike one. Couldn't lay off the high fastball.
That's 97. Up. Tough one to get to.
Pitch has done a better job laying off of this year. Lays off another attempt to climb the ladder. Well, Jerry, the potential winning run 90 feet away. Got him. High heat. Hader walks the bases, loaded. And now we're headed to extras.
Liberty.
Extra innings. Kenley Jansen has not been asked to get more than 3 outs in any outing this year. And he did not work more than an inning and a third in any of his 62 outings last year. He's being asked to get 6 outs in this one. Yordan Alvarez takes a cutter away. Pena runs well. He's at second. He's just about an automatic to score from second. Outfield normal depth against Alvarez. 0 for 3 with a walk today. 2-0. McKinstry keeping an eye on Pena at second, trying to shorten that lead. Jansen will turn and look. He is, as we know, does not hold runners well. Teams generally will attempt to run on him every time there are base runners. We saw it bite him the other day. 3-0.
Got to get back in the zone. It's a dangerous hitter. You just, these situations in extra innings, when you got that runner out there, you don't want to allow more base runners. That puts you in a position with nobody out. They can score more.
Walked him on 4 pitches.
This guy coming to the plate, Paredes, has been the difference in a couple ball games recently. Yesterday he got a big hit on a fastball away, hit a double down the right field line to score the go-ahead runs. And not too long ago, he hit a home run to tie this one up.
First time that Kenley Jansen has been asked to get more than 3 outs since he was with the Angels in July of last year. But again, the Tiger bullpen, I wouldn't say depleted, but AJ wants him to be able to get these outs. This is the guy he wants in the game the most at this moment. Fly ball pitcher, doesn't get many ground ball outs. Paredes took a big cut at a cutter and fouled it out of play.
He had such a quick inning too.
Yep.
In the top half of the 9th, he threw what,
7
8
pitches?
pitches?
Yep.
7.
Swing and a miss. And AJ's always made it clear, if you're going to be in his bullpen, you've got to be able to work multiple innings. And it's a balance, right? He understands it. Some guys going in, the adrenaline, you go in, sit down, go back out. Not everybody can do that. But he knows, he's talked with Kenley Jansen about it. He knows he hasn't done it much, but he needs him to do it here. And he's pitching very well right now. Base hit into right center. Pena rounding third, heading home. Throw to the plate, not in time. Esau Corredes is one big thorn in the side for the Tigers. RBI single and a 4-3 lead for Houston. On an 0-2.
He's gotten so many big hits in the last 2 days. Here's another one. An 0-2 pitch just finds itself in the middle. We talked about the elevated cutter versus the one that's just a below belt high. These hitters have a much better time handling the one that's a little lower. That's where that one ended up.
4-pitch walk to start the inning. Single on an 0-2. Check swing. Ryan Wills on the appeal. Ball 1 on Christian Walker, 0 for 3 today.
Now you got to work hard to leave it right here. You got nobody out, couple on. You do not want to let him extend this lead.
And you don't have that ability to get the ground ball for a double play. That's just not in your toolbox. Kenley Jansen has always been a fly ball pitcher, extreme. Redis 2-out, 2-run double yesterday to break a 6-6 tie. Home run in the 8th inning today to tie the game. Sharp single on an 0-2 to give the Astros the lead. Not a lot of swing and miss either for Kenley Jansen. That makes this guy, this veteran hitter, all the more dangerous at home plate. Tigers done a nice job shutting him down outside of the game yesterday. A strikeout, 2 ground balls, and a walk in the game today. Just the 6th hit of the day for the Astros, and it's a big one. Still nobody out. Jansen checks Alvarez. Out foul, out of play.
The Astros went with their closer in that bottom part of the 9th in a tie ball game. So if the Tigers can keep it here, they're not going to have to face Josh Hader. He threw a boatload of pitches.
Yep.
It's like De Los Santos is getting loose.
Another 1-2. Bounce the slider. Wagasback getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. He has been much better of late. Actually just had the one rough first outing. Tigers had to make a roster decision today when Jack Flaherty got activated, and they ended up sending Emmanuel DeJesus down to AAA. This one's deep. This one's trouble. That one's gone. My goodness. Christian Walker with a 3-run home run. The Astros with a 4-run lead.
That one stings there. You can see the location. It's in that same spot, middle of the plate, below the belt. That's where these hitters have really feasted on his cutter.
5th home run that Kenley Jansen has allowed in 20 innings of work.
That's the spot. Right there at the top row.
Pitch. 1, 2, 3, 9th. Now Kenley Jansen still trying to record his first out in the 10th. Slicing foul down the left field line, 1-2. Cam Smith came into the game in the 6th inning. He's 0 for 2 today. Be interested to see what he does the rest of the year. This is a really talented young player. Still trying to kind of find his stride, if you will, at the plate in the major leagues. But the upside is a guy Astros believe can hit for average with some nice extra base home run power. Runs well. Plays the outfield at an extremely high level. This is going to be a Gold Glove candidate at the end of the year. Homered in the game yesterday. Fifth pitch of the at-bat is ball 2. High in the air down the left field line. Wow. That was close. Woo. I thought he was going to bang that off the foul pole.
Little bit too far to the left from Cam Smith. Kenley's got to dig deep here. It's a 4-run ball game. You never know what can happen in the last half of the ninth. You got a team that's not going to be running a closer out, not going to be running the guy out there. The one superpower De Los Santos does have is he doesn't walk a lot of guys. So if you're hoping that he's going to walk the house, that's probably not going to happen. They're going to have to hit him. But you got to get back in control of this inning and get the boys back in there with the bats.
Can't get the swing and miss today at all. Could use one here. McGonigal takes care of Smith. 8-pitch battle for the first out in the 10th, and that'll be the end of the day for Kenley Jansen. Christian Walker with his 19th home run of the year, a 3-run home run in the 10th inning, turns a 4-3 game into a 7-3 game. Waguespack coming on while the Tigers make the change. We'll pause for these words. Jacob Waguespack takes over on the mound. First outing, give up back-to-back home runs. Not the impression you want to make on your teammates. He's been really good, Andy, since then.
Yeah, the 4 seams played up in the zone. Changeup's been nice. His cutter getting some swing and miss. The whiff rate on his 4 seams over 30%.
Says that's my bread and butter. That's why it was the oddity to see 2 home runs. That was in his second outing against the Astros. 2 home runs were both off the cutter. Since then, 4 2/3 of scoreless work. Gets the easy ground ball to short off the bat of Diaz on a 1-0. 2 outs in the 9th inning. De Los Santos will face 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Tigers. Dingler, Torkelson, and McKinstry to start the bottom of the 10th inning. Then Lee, then Malgeri, then Beerling, then McGonigal.
Just bat around. Might as well. I've seen bigger comebacks.
Oh, we've definitely seen.
There's been much bigger comebacks than 4-run deficit.
One swing of the bat.
After you get a few guys on, and then, yeah.
Yeah, not the leadoff guy, but quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Bryce Matthews. He's had 2 at-bats coming in for Trammell.
He made a big catch out in left center field in the bottom half of that 9th inning off the bat of Matt Beerling. Looked like Tigers were in business. He covered a lot of ground, made a nice sliding catch.
Softly to the right side. Torque just into the game. Will flip, and they just got him at first. They may challenge. I thought he actually beat the throw.
It was a weird hit ball. It was a broken bat that Torque went and got.
Houston is challenging the out call at first base.
It's going to be whether he touched the bag or not. That's all.
The fact that he lifted his heel to get to the bag.
Well, you'd
suggests that
imagine
he knew that
something
he didn't
on the
touch.
right
He
edge.
See, he's doing that. That says, I know I didn't touch the bag.
Let's see. Any gappage? I don't know, Dan. It looks like a little gap right before he went back to it.
All right, if I'm in New York and I'm like, okay, does the right
toe, the pinky
outside part of the right foot touch the bag?
The pinky toe might have got it.
I think his move to get the heel onto the bag is telling you he knows he didn't. But is that conclusive? If you're the guy in New York looking at that, I don't think that's clear and conclusive. Clear and convincing.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is.
In other words, the call
in the field is out.
Is out, and I think it will stand. It might not be confirmed, but I think it will stand. That's Lance Barksdale, the crew chief. One more time. Step, we don't know. But look at the right heel. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I got the bag. Our old friend Dave Clark is going to perfectly block that view. I think the call will stand. Let's see.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. Houston will lose that challenge.
4 runs in the 10th for the Astros. Tigers' last shot, down 4. Outside windows pitching change brings Enyel De Los Santos into the game. Been a little more hittable this year. Tigers saw him on Thursday night. There's a guy named Dingler had a pretty good swing against him.
First pitch fastball. Nailed it. About the deepest part of this park. And it went way out. It's a tough spot to hit a home run here in the night air.
Enyel De Los Santos has been well traveled in his career. Astros are his 8th major league team. He joined them from Atlanta last year in a trade. He's never been that shutdown guy. You see the high ERA. He's fairly hittable, and he has not had a good month of June. Riley Green, the extra inning runner. First pitch slider takes Dingler down to a knee.
He remembered that homer. Said, I remember what you did last time. First pitch, you ambushed a heater and hit it out. I'm going to give you a slider.
De Los Santos has given up runs 6 of his 9 outings, 6 of his last 9 outings. And overall, he's given up 10 runs on 14 hits in 8 2/3 in those 9 outings. Perhaps an opportunity. Dingler pops it up and oh my goodness.
Nobody wanted it.
Walker
was
looked
looking
at Diaz. Diaz looked at Walker.
I mean, you'd think that's Walker's ball. Diaz, as
You would
from the
think.
catcher position. Look, he's looking down at him and not running to the spot. And then Walker just gives up on it.
That's a Gold Glove first baseman, and that's a mistake. Should be 1 out. Dingler still has life. Each team has taken advantage of a mistake from the other side to score runs in this game. Hard slider, low and away. Torkelson, McKinstry, Lee, Mulgeri, Veerling. Those are the first 6 hitters of the inning. Dingler can't find the slider, 1 out. Tigers have only won 1 extra inning game this year, and they've only scored their extra inning runner once. Tigers need 2 more base runners to get the potential tying run to the plate. Torque entered the game as a pinch hitter for Kerry Carpenter. Singled sharply down the left field line. Deep hooking foul. Oh man. He got a hanging slider and just missed.
That's the kind you like to see stay fair. De Los Santos throwing a lot of sliders out the gate to these righties. There he goes back with a four-seam.
Got some life at the plate.
You spin enough balls up there, eventually you're going to hang one. And unfortunately, Torque just didn't quite keep it fair.
Righties had the edge against De Los Santos. Hit him for more power. This one's in the air to right. This one's deep, and it's gone. Opposite field. Tigers draw to within 2 on Torkelson's 13th of the year.
You got to play to the last out. You never give up. Torque with a nice at bat. He hit a homer foul on the pull side, gets a four-seam out over the plate, and just goes with it and hits an absolute bullet out to the opposite field side. I mean, that ball was scorched. Only need a couple more.
One more base runner brings a potential tying run to the plate. McKinstry with a 2-run home run in this game. Changeup sails away.
That's how you'll see him attack the lefties. Four-seam changeup. Those are his favorite 2 pitches.
Really good swings for Zach McKinstry. Got the good hitters count.
McKinstry started the party today with a 2-run homer to right field off a four-seam about belt high.
And spring line drives everywhere. 3-0.
This is a guy who just doesn't walk many, Dan. That opposite field homer might have rattled his cage a little bit.
And he especially doesn't walk lefties. Wow. Oh. Zach McKinstry thought about the challenge. Did not.
Man, you got 2 challenges, Dan. You get another one every extra inning.
Line drive into right. Tigers will get the potential tying run to the plate.
Caillou Lee has hit the ball well to right field. Got a home run off the lefty yesterday. He's been filling his basket up. De Los Santos is up against the wall here. The Tigers are making him sweat it.
Joshua Miller, the pitching coach, out to the mound. Lee today is 0 for 3. 16 for 41, hitting .390 in the month of June, and really nice consistency in his at-bats. Very aggressive. He did draw a walk today. That's just the 2nd walk of the month. But I think we are seeing a little more plate discipline, even if it's not reflected in the walks.
Yep. And if they give you good pitches to hit, you're not going to walk as much if you're hitting them. In the league, you know, when they throw the ball over the plate, he's been hitting it. Putting it in play, hitting it hard.
Good take, appeal to first, didn't go, ball 1. Right-handed batters have hit .240 coming into this game, but now with Torkelson's home run, 9 of their 17 hits against De Los Santos have been for extra bases. Softly to the left side. One play for Paredes, so smooth. 2 outs, that leaves it up to the rookie, Ben Mulgeri.
He had a well of an at bat against Josh Hader earlier in this ball game. Battled, ended up walking.
Mulgeri's first at bat of the game was that 9-pitch walk. Big miss with a slider ball out of hand. He really worked that at bat, took some close pitches. Not too often when you foul off pitches 7 and 8 and you can take pitch number 9 for ball 4. Slider in the same spot. Gets the check swing for strike 1.
Jerry's betting the house on the fastball. Ended up getting the slider.
Stays with the slider 1 and 2. Tigers down to their last strike. Potential tying run standing at home plate. Good take.
Well, I see how they want to attack him. 4 sliders in a row, Dan.
The 2-2. Yanked it right by Diaz. McKinstry scoots over to third. The count is 3-2. Well, Jerry fell behind, no balls, 2 strikes against Hader before working the walk. He fell behind in this at bat, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now he's got the count to 3-2. The 3-2. Low and away.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
He is not going to win this challenge.
Call is confirmed.
He hangs one of those sliders to Matt Beerling, and he might have a ball game here.
Come on, Matty.
Come on. Hang that slider one time. One time.
Torkelson with a home run on a 1-2 pitch to draw the Tigers to within 2. Single and a walk. The potential tying run is now on at first. And Matt Beerling stands at home plate as a potential winning run. McGonigal waiting on deck. Well, Jerry at first runs well. Outfield in a no doubles look. Everybody deep. Almost hit him with the first pitch fastball. Matt's 1 for 3 today. Sharp single off a slider. A fly ball to the gap in left center last time up with a potential winning run at first. Hauled in by Matthews, the left fielder, with a fine sliding catch. Looks like they're going to attack Matt with fastballs. And again, based on what you talked about earlier, he has struggled against fastballs.
Yep. But sometimes they'll do you a favor. Why not? Just hang him one.
Not asking too much, is it? De Los Santos ready. The 1-1. Fly ball to right. This one's deep. And caught by Smith at the wall. Oh, man, I thought Matty V had done it.
They're sitting back there in no doubles. At worst, that's a double, Dan.
At worst, he hit a fastball. He hit it hard. And it ends up as out number 3 and an Astros extra inning win. Good swing. Had the same flight path as Torkelson's ball, and I thought that was going to carry.
Another tough loss today. Off the bat, it looked like Tigers were in business. But just to have the lead, lost the lead late, gave up all those runs in the 10th, and just make a run at it.
That close.
Oh.
That close to a dramatic walk-off win. Instead, the Astros take 3 out of 4 Post game coming up with Daniela Bruce. Stay with us. Astros beat the Tigers in 10, 7-5.